Hey everybody, are you there? This is all screwed up. Sorry. I'm so used to doing this live on my Angel's Whisper page, but I don't know what's going on. It's not allowing me to do it live, so we're doing it on this page. So I've got everybody writing me, emailing me, and let me know when you're there. I'm gonna write something. Is anyone here? Okay, Janice. Okay. Hey. Okay. Whoa. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Hi, you guys. I'm going to wait for a couple more. Hi, Janice. Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Kirsten. I'm going to wait for a couple more people. I don't know. They changed the settings. You know? I told you Mercury retrograde was fucking with me. You know? And it's not even started yet. We're in the shadow, and I swear to God, the shadow's always worse than the actual event. I'm going to take my hair down. It's bugging me. Okay. What we're going to talk about today is, I should have left my hair up. It looks worse. I hate being on camera. We're going to talk about natural healing. Hi. Yum. Peanut butter fudge. Yum. Okay. We're going to talk about natural healing. I want to introduce you to my landlord. This is Pat Whalen.
Hi there.
He is, what are you? What do you sell? What are you?
Natural products.
He's a natural products distributor. Has been for how long?
God, since 1989.
Okay, so 1989. How lucky, you know, Spirit gets me into a place like this, right? Hi, I'm good. Hold on. Okay, so what's going on is this. My daughter had surgery, right, recently, pretty major surgery, and I gave her this ointment that my landlord gave me to use. And my mother, how do I do this? I'm trying to bring this all together. Daughters never listen to their moms, right? We have to learn the hard way. My mother was a holistic healer, and just like I am, but she kind of went a different direction. I went more spiritual, and she went more, you know, health products, and she's always been a hippie, right? My mother was always a hippie. And
So was I.
And so was Pat. This is, look at this, a flower child and an old hippie live here. That's a fact.
I had hair as long as yours.
So here's the deal. We're talking about Spirit works with me in my dreams, right? And they work with me through my animals. You guys know that. So they, unfortunately for them, my cats, they have to have a problem for me to figure out how to fix the problem because it's referring to some human attached to me. It's either myself, my spiritual twin, my daughter, whatever. And so Lily, you guys all went through the whole thing with Lily and how we took her to the doctor, and the doctor, I mean, it cost me $1,000, and they said there was nothing they could do. She was dying. And I said, and Spirit said, that's not true. Use your natural healing abilities, right? So, of course, Reiki has always gone to my twin. It's always gone to me. It's gone to people. But I started to use holistic medicines and things myself. Now, Pat, also, he has these products, and I'm not selling this, and I'll show you this because I've got a plethora of different things. He's here to explain one thing to you. These are the items. This is what he gave me. When I had, you guys remember when I had poison ivy? This ASAP wound gel. This is an ointment. This is another way. It's called antibacterial wound dressing. Silver biotics. You guys have heard of silver, like colloidal silver? And I'm going, okay, you know. And I didn't listen either. I didn't listen at first. I would put it on sometimes, and it's like, eh. And then we have a... Pat, your package is on the way, Kirsten said.
Oh, good.
I'm going to talk about that too, Kirsten. So my friend Kirsten is on here. There's another holistic thing that we used, okay? So the next door neighbor has cancer, skin cancer. Pat's saying, you need to put this on. He wouldn't do it. The skin cancer was getting worse and worse. Finally, he listened, and it helped him. My daughter wouldn't listen, right? I said, you need to put this on your incisions. We put it on Prince. Remember the cat, when the cat had his surgeries and he was so sick? We researched, and Janice, you know this, one of the things that we were told to use for Prince for his open wounds was black walnut tea salve. So here's the black walnut tea salve. We finally got it. I'm going to take this to my daughter who doesn't listen to a word her mother says. And there's so many different things, natural things that we can use. We've got apple cider vinegar. We've got the Silver Soul. We've got my girlfriend Kirsten in Canada sent me down for Lily and for Prince. What is this called? Cannabis oil, right?
CBD oil.
CBD oil. I call it cannabis oil. CBD oil. These are all natural things that we can use. And the reason I'm having to do this is because my daughter ended up back in the hospital emergency because her arms are massively infected. And the doctors thought it was flesh-eating disease. And I said, put your freaking gel on. And she wouldn't do it because the doctor's like, no, they want me to do this or that. So finally she goes into this emergency and it's getting worse and worse. Her blood pressure's dropping. Everything's going sideways. And finally I said, would you please show the doctor, right? So she shows the doctor and the doctors are like, oh, okay, we can use this. So Pat's going to tell you, I've got information here on these are all the different things that we can use. And you guys can look it up yourself. Look it up on Google. You know I'm in love with Google. So I wanted to know why this ASAP. What is the difference between this and colloidal silver, which is?
Old technology.
Okay, so this is newer. Look it up yourself. It's called, look it up yourself, ASAP wound dressing, okay? It is for, and I'm telling you, this is amazing. That's for that. It also comes in a liquid, right? Now for Liger, my cat, he's got these open sores. What started, this is how the spirit uses my cats. I've been watching all of this in my dreams all night, so I knew I needed to come out here. And yes, you guys, I will do some free readings after I'm done, but this is really important. It needs to get out, and I figured I'd just go live. I don't want to do a video. So, this wound gel, I thought, well, what can I do for Liger? Because he's going to lick things, you know, and it's getting really bad, and how it started with him. So you guys may notice this with your pets. Overactive sebaceous glands, and it gets greasy on the back of their hair, and then it turns into this crusty. Anyway, it changed into these open wounds, and so I get this urgent message from my daughter the other day, saying that, oh my God, they're rushing me into the hospital, flesh-eating disease, and blah blah blah. And I looked over at Liger, and Liger was scratching, and I was putting apple cider vinegar solution on his wounds, and I'm like, okay, so, and I know that there's somebody else that's connected to my twin that Liger represents, okay? My cat represents my daughter represents someone else. Neither one of them are listening to us, the holistic people, right? So my daughter won't do it. I get a message this morning after she's been in emergency in the hospital for 3 days. The doctors finally looked at it and sent her this thing that the ointment and the gel that yes, there's the website. Hold on. You can look it up on Google, anywhere. They do have their own website, yes.
ablsilver.com.
What is it?
ablsilver.com.
Okay, so she gives me this big long text finally this morning, and the doctors said to her she should never have been given the ointment, the gel that she was given at the place where she had the surgery originally. The nurses are applying the silver for her themselves. I'm just like, why don't you listen to your mother, right? But it's the same thing as my mom. My mom did it too, and Pat did it for me. Pat, when I had poison ivy, right? I did everything, you know, what the doctors would say. Finally, I threw it all out. So this is one of the things that this silver gel or this silver supplement, you can put it in your water. It doesn't taste like anything. I put it in my cat's water. I put the silver stuff on where Liger can't lick it, right? Because it's antibacterial. Everything I'm going to show you here is antibacterial, okay? Apple cider vinegar, I want you to listen. As if, you know, all the moms will know this, all the grandmothers know this. When I was a little girl, if I had a sore throat, apple cider vinegar and water, gargle it, it's gone the next morning, okay? Where is it? You guys all know that I drink, oh my God, I flipped you guys around, sorry. You guys know that I drink this concoction every morning, right? And in it I put apple cider vinegar, and it's gotta be with the mother, the natural organic, okay? I have, what is that other thing you gave me? My landlord gave me something else, I can't remember what it is, but I don't think it's just for vitality. It's not about health, preventative. So then I do this. I wish I had a stand. I need a little stand for my freaking phone. Can you hold this? Thanks. I need an assistant. Okay. This lemon rind and the lemon, the entire lemon. I shred it, I put it in my water. Chia seeds for moisture, because my skin, I started to get, what did I get? I had, Well, my skin was dry, but what was it? Why was it happening? It was happening because I became a vegetarian. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I wasn't getting the proper oils in my body. And I started to kind of go into adrenal type failure, right? So the chia seeds help that. If you take the lemon rind, the entire lemon rind, I've talked to you guys about this before, and I'm going to do it really quick because I got to tell you all the different things. And I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. I probably shouldn't have to talk this fast. And if you guys want to hang up, you freaking can. You know? Okay. So, lemon. First of all, it tastes great, right? I mean, you can use it for cleaning because why? Because it gets rid of bacteria. It gives you vitamins. It's a cancer-fighting agent. It improves your bone health, your cholesterol levels. It goes on and on. I'm not going to go on about all the different things that it does, but it's amazing. So look up that. I'm going to kick that out. That's one of the things. Cherries. You know, lately I've been saying I want cherries. I need cherries. Pat says to me yesterday, I'm at the store and I go buy these cherries. P.S. Cherry season right now, so everybody get them. Check out these cherries. Woo. Avocado, that was another one that just fell. See, because Spirit wanted me to show you that. Avocado is good for your skin. People know that for facials, you put avocado on your skin for moisturizing. But internally, eat it. It's moisturizing. It's filled with vitamins. Essential fatty acids, which is what I needed because my skin was so dry. So vegetarians, you need avocados. These cherries are freaking bomb. Every day I've been saying cherries, right? Why cherries? It's my favorite fruit. Cherries, and as he runs out the door, he says to me, no, I don't need any cherries. They're pretty fattening. And I'm like, is that why I'm getting chunky? Because I'm eating them like crazy. But he says they help with pain. So I start looking it up. They lower blood sugar for people with diabetes, risk of people that have heart disease, colon cancer. It lowers that. It improves your memory. It helps you sleep. Arthritis, inflammatory conditions. All of these things from cherries, okay? Go look up cherries about all the different things that, there's so many amazing things that cherries. Lose your belly fat. That works for me. I don't have belly fat, but I could use it off my ass or the back of my thighs. Not my ass, my thighs. Then there's turmeric, right? Turmeric, there's so many things. My girlfriend, Missy, has created this little concoction like I did with Lily when she was sick with turmeric. She has a 16-year-old, or is he 18-year-old husky? He's huge. Healthy as a horse, hikes with her every day, and she says, I swear to God, it's because of this turmeric that I've been putting in his food, right? Again, anything with inflammation, turmeric gets rid of it. What else, Pat, that you know about turmeric?
Well, turmeric can be used in a lot of cooking. It's curcumin. It's actually an herb that grows in India, and it has a lot of natural medical benefits. By the way, I have to apologize for looking like this in my beat up clothes and my...
He doesn't know how I do my... I got a mouthful of chia seeds. He doesn't know how we roll here.
I wasn't planning on doing this, and I was outside painting and whatnot, so you'll have to excuse my appearance. But curcumin has numerous health benefits. It's an anti-carcinogen. It's anti-inflammatory. It's also good with pain and things, just like the cherries.
Okay, he's better at stuff than I am. So there's that. We're gonna do all of there's just a few things here. Vinegar, okay, my favorite. My grandmother, and cod liver oil. Remember when we were kids, everything your grandmother said, what's wrong with you? You don't want to tell grandma what's wrong with you because you know you're gonna have to drink that shit, right? But my mom was all about apple cider vinegar. My mom, I swear I wish my mom was alive now because everything she ever told me, I do now, and I didn't listen to her, just like my daughter doesn't listen to me now. Man, apple cider vinegar, washing hair, it cleanses your hair, it improves your skin. I know all of these things because I started researching because of my skin, right? I've always had amazing skin, and I started having issues with my skin. So all of these things, natural. Lowers your blood pressure, helps you feel full. If you have swollen gums, you what is it called? Swish, right? Same thing with natural olive oil, not olive oil, well, yes, olive oil, coconut oil, and you want the virgin pressed. All of those things help with dental things. You can reverse cavity, like decay in your mouth. What else? Anyway, apple cider vinegar kills bacteria of every sort. So I thought, okay, Liger and my daughter have the same problem, right? My cat, they're both my cat. And the doctors are pumping her throat full of antibiotics, which is going to make her sick, you know, and most of the time you end up having worse problems because of the freaking antibiotics. So she's in the hospital, and you know, they won't let you bring in stuff. I'm going today, and I'm bringing all of this.
And the probiotics.
Screw them, you know. And when you have to have probiotics to get rid of what the doctors do with the antibiotics. My mother, she didn't use any of the doctor's treatment for her cancer. She had pancreatic cancer. Only health, only natural health. Now, she ended up dying. She waited too long. But she was in recovery, remission for a few years, and she still, to the very end, she never used anything but natural healing methods. She used Reiki treatment for her pain, never used any medication, ever. And pancreatic cancer, if anybody knows, it's one of the most painful things that you can have. I know I'm going back and forth, but I'm just hearing what Spirit's telling me. So Spirit's throwing things at me, like literally throwing things at me in my dreams last night. I'm in the hospital, and I'm having my surgery. I guess I've just had it again. So somebody is connecting to me. And I had an emergency hysterectomy, right? I had endometriosis. At that time, I was just a little girl. I was 16 when they realized what it was. And by the time I had the emergency hysterectomy, I don't know, I was too young. Both my kids were born, but anyway, 100 years ago. And I had one of my ovaries completely consumed by the endometriosis, and the other one, there was a little one left. So in my dream last night, I'm sitting there and I'm feeling my ovaries, which I don't have, right? And I'm like, okay, can you feel this here? So I'm connecting with somebody who's got cancer. I know that. And the Spirit's telling me, and I'm telling the doctor what I need to do, which is Spirit telling me. So I'm telling you guys, get a lemon, get your lemons, put them in the freezer, freeze them, grate them, put them in your water. It tastes fantastic. It literally kills cancer cells. It does a million other things. Apple cider vinegar, anything to do with bacteria, anything to do with, oh God, there's just so many things with apple cider vinegar. But the silver salt as well. I mean, all of these things, these are all natural healing things. And if you look up, what did you tell me about silver in Egypt? Was it Egypt?
Per capita, Egypt uses more silver than any country on the planet. They've been using silver for centuries for purification. That's why if you go to India, all their that's where the term silverware came from. And in ancient Rome, they used to use silver coins, something similar to the one I have here, which is a troy ounce of silver. They throw that in the water to purify it. But I know that there's still a misconception out there that all silvers are created equal, and that's not true. So I want to clear that up because I actually, one of the benefits I have is I've worked in the allopathic side or the Western medicine side of the medical industry for over 20 years, and since then, for 20 years, I've been working in the natural alternative side. So I've got experience with both sides of the coin, no pun intended. Now, colloidal silver is colloidal and ionic silver. Those are the first silvers that came out many, many years ago, and it's something that people still make in their bathtub. It's very crude. It's only missing one electron, and it's unstable in solution. The molecular structure is an Ag. You can look it up. Now, the difference between silver sol, which means silver solution, it's actually a silver water. And the molecular structure of silver sol is an Ag404, which means it's missing 8 electrons. So what does that mean? That means that it's multivalent. Multivalent meaning it has multiple modes of killing action. So it's safer. It's got over 50 plus patents and patents pending, 400 plus scientific published studies worldwide, and it has FDA approvals and claims which no other silver has.
Okay, I'm not selling it, so I'm just gonna, you guys, that's good for you to know, but I'm not selling any of this stuff. I'm just showing you that I don't know if you want to say it. I don't know what I'm going to say here. What I'm trying to say is doctors are killing us. They are. My daughter is going to have gnarly scars, and she's not, because I'm going to freaking take this stuff and make her put it on there. When I had my surgery, I was told not to do certain things. You could only use this, that, the other, don't put anything like this on. And I had, okay, here's my whole life history. I had the hysterectomy, didn't know anything about that. So I'll show them that. I had 2 breast reductions, okay? So the first time I had the breast reduction, I had it done in Canada. I got staph infection, which is what my daughter got because of the bacteria. They put me in the hospital. I got sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker, like she's getting sicker. Because why? Because the hospital's filled with freaking bacteria, okay? So the doctor, my family doctor, finally comes in and he says, go home. You're going to fucking die here. So I went home with this giant hole, huge because you have drains, right? And I had this hole like this that had to clean, it had to heal from the inside. So I started doing what I needed to do myself. I figured, you know what? They've destroyed everything. So that's why when my daughter had this surgery, before she had it, I said, okay, look, I've got this stuff. I want you to use it. It's natural. You can think of all the different things that you can use as far as if even apple cider vinegar diluted, it stops the bacteria. My cat, you can put it in their food, in our food. What?
Prevents scarring.
And it prevents scarring, right? That's the big deal. Women, we don't want scars. So Liger, so I'm looking at Liger, right? While my daughter's going through all of this stuff and I'm researching all the things that I already know, right? And she won't listen to me. I remember in the video, I keep saying that. My daughter won't listen to me. And I'm sure my mother was saying that too. Slap, slap, you don't listen to me. God. So listen to your mother. She knows what she's talking about. Listen to your son who brings you CBD oil, okay?
Show him that it works.
Look at this. See that? That was from, what was it that you had done?
That was a CO2 laser procedure that went bad. And if it wasn't for the silver gel, I'd have scars all over
so
my
that
hand.
was a CO2, there's his hand now, right?
Perfect.
And this is his hand before. A CO2 laser, to get rid of the spots, right? So he ends up getting, majorly scarred. So he puts the silver on and he fixes it. The guy next door that's got the skin cancer, the old guy, won't listen to him. No, my doctor says this, that, or the other, just like my daughter says, right? No, the doctor says no. And finally, he listened. Now, not only is it getting rid of the scarring, it's killing the organisms that are eating up inside, right? So I said to my daughter, look, finally she's listening. The doctors are putting all this stuff on her wounds for her now. They literally said this is the only thing she should have had. That's what she should have had. She shouldn't have put anything else on it. They told her to put this oil on it. Now think about that. You've got an open wound, and you're going to put. Why don't you just slather it? Thank you. Slather it with oil so you can make it a cesspool breeding ground for every bacteria you ever wanted to pick up, right? So I'm sitting here looking at my cat because we went through it with Lily. My girlfriend Kirsten in Canada made me CBD. This is CBD oil. She made it for me, for Lily. This saved her life. This and the holistic, the foods that I made for her, I made her my own food, right? I researched everything. They said that her kidneys were shutting down, her liver was shutting down. I get emotional when I think about it. You guys know we went through this, right? And so I researched all of the things that I could use for myself as a human naturally to combat that. And then I went and I cross-checked everything that was safe for a cat, because you can't give animals the same things that you can give humans, right? So everything that was okay to give her, I mixed in her food, and I used my Ninja, my best friend Diane gave me for my birthday. Thank you, I love it. I whipped it all up. She didn't love it. She didn't love it, but I gave it to Liger, and he ate it, because he'll eat anything, right? And I figured, okay, if he eats it, she can eat it. And I put it in her in a syringe, you guys remember, and I fed her, 4 times a night, 5 times a day. The doctor said go home, she's dying, right? She was down to 6 pounds, and she's healthy as a horse. Remember, she pulled all of her hair all fell out. It was like cancer that was happening to her, but we reversed it naturally. So then I didn't have, at that time, because Lily's so little, I got this. Kirsten said, get the CBD oil. She sent it down to me from Canada. She made it herself. And this is really awesome. And I gave it a drop in the food for her every day. So the reason that I gave it to her was because once your liver starts to shut down, or your kidneys, you don't feel hungry. So now all of a sudden I have this anorexic cat, right? Or people will think, anorexic. She didn't want to eat, and she was losing. So what it did for her, for Lily, it made her hungry. So, and she didn't want me to give her that food. She hated it, but she got hooked on it. She wanted this. So she would come to me. So don't tell me but it isn't addictive because I think it is. So she comes to me and she's like, okay, I know you're going to stuff this down my throat and I don't want it, but she knew it was good for her, so I fed her. Then we had Prince. Remember, Prince had the urinary tract problem and the crystals in his urinary tract. And so then we started using holistic means. We took him into the doctor to get him neutered, right? Found out that the crystals wouldn't allow him to express, even though he'd had the surgery. And he was dying. He was dying. He was dying because he needed me. He needed to connect to me. He needed to know where he was loved. He needed to feel safe. So Spirit told me, bring him home. So we brought him home. All this while, we gave him CBD oil to calm him. They overdosed him at the hospital, and he was literally coming down, and we used this to help him down because he was in extreme pain. He did need to come home with me. I didn't make a mistake bringing him home. He did need to feel that energy, and that's why people will die in a hospital. That's why they need to bring animals in. That's why they need to, hospice is better. You need to be with the people that love you, where you feel safe, because it's an emotional thing too. So he needed to bond and know he was safe because it was loud and cold and noisy and upsetting, and he didn't know where he was and he was afraid. But then he had to go back in and have the surgery. He was there just long enough to know he was safe and loved, and then he went for the surgery. So then when he had the surgery, now he's got these wounds, right? And we're worried because he's constantly licking and we don't want him to get sick. So what does he get? Instantly, I started putting this silver on his wounds. It doesn't hurt. I literally put it on my open wounds. If you guys remember my poison ivy that was so bad, when I went to the doctor and they looked at it when it got infected, before I knew about this, the doctor said to me I had 3rd-degree burns, and he said I've never seen a reaction so bad. And so Pat came up and he said, put this all over it. My scars are almost gone. Like, I don't think you can probably find the scars on my arm. I was bit by a dog several years ago on my, I'm gonna find it, on my calf, and it was a really big gnarly scar. That's the spot. I don't know if you guys can see the spot right there. But before I started using the silver, it was ugly. Women don't want scars. I got enough scars on my body. So the point is that even after, years after, this was like 3 years ago, years after, this will get rid of the scars. It's amazing. It's amazing. So there's healing lotion that is infused with it, with the silver. There is the wound ointment. I mean, open wounds. And the doctor is using it in the hospital right now on my daughter's infected incisions that they thought was flesh-eating disease. They ran all of these tests, right? And they're scaring the shit out of her, saying this, that, or the other, it's this or it's that. And I'm saying the whole time, I'm like, Elise, just please put it on. I go, give it to the doctor. Let the doctor research it. And of course, the doctor says, don't put anything but this on it. I'm not selling this shit. You can tell I'm just showing you all the stuff I've got, right? So then with Liger, I put that on his open wound. We put it on Prince's open wound. Prince was coming down off of the medication because they literally overdosed him. A lot of times, doctors will overdose us in the hospital. People get hooked on painkillers. They overdose us, and then you've got these withdrawals. There's people that end up literally drug addicts because they get addicted to painkillers. The cannabis, or I call it cannabis, a CBD oil. I don't even know what the difference is. You can tell I'm not selling this shit because I don't know. But CBD oil, this is what I use to bring Prince down. And somebody else I know that I'm connected to is helping somebody come down off of their addiction to painkillers. There's somebody else that is a heroin addict. They're coming down. This is what they use. Also, while I was panicking about Prince because it was so bad, right? Janice, who's on here, I think I saw Janice. She says I researched it and I found black walnut, right? And she says I make my own, right? So I'm going to tell you guys. If you don't know, you can look up this yourself. I can't believe I'm on camera without my makeup looking like shit. Okay, so black walnut benefits. It expels parasites. I saw somebody who got a parasite. I got it in my dream. They were in a foreign country and they got a parasite. And you know the things that can happen when you have a parasite in your body and what it does to your skin and the scarring. So it expels the parasites, promotes healthy skin, improves cardiovascular health, holds antifungal and antimicrobial activity, helps prevent against cancer, These are just, and I'm not going to go on about every single one. You guys can look it up yourself. But Janice says, oh, I make my own. And I looked everywhere. I tried to go. And you guys, I know you're saying amazing things. I see a few things going by. Yes, CBD oil for 4th of July because the dogs are freaking out. It calms them. And that's another thing. When the cats were fighting, we gave them CBD oil because Prince wanted to kick everyone's ass, right? And this is the only thing that calmed him down. And my landlord, I only have a little bit left, and my girlfriend, I got it from Canada. My girlfriend gave it to me. So my landlord, I said, you're going to have to go get your own because freaking I have hardly any left. And then somebody, I know you guys are all saying stuff. Colloidal silver, somebody makes their own, yes. There's all kinds of stuff. There's so many comments you guys are making. I appreciate that. I can't see them all because I'm trying not to make this be like the world's longest video. But the point is, I know that there are adults. I keep thinking of myself as a kid because we have parents that are alive, right? They don't understand or they won't listen. Your grandmother would have gone with it. And I'm like my grandma, right? My grandma had all these natural healing things. And my grandmother lived till she was 98 years old. And the only reason she died is because she fell and broke her hip and it made it complicated. 98. Her mother was 102. I plan on being later than that. All natural. My grandmother had all her own teeth, no fillings, all her own teeth at 98 years old. This has nothing to do with the fact that, we have this, oh, that's just your natural, line. I have shitty teeth because my mom didn't know. My mom was sick when she had me, and it has to do with your, when your baby's developing. I've got bad teeth, but I'm reversing it naturally with apple cider vinegar and with coconut, virgin pressed coconut oil. Before you brush your teeth in the morning, you swish that. Don't let, it gets rid of, I'm telling you, it will rebuild bones. It rebuilds your your teeth. It rebuilds the enamel. It will help with receding gums. I mean, there's just so many things. It's just insane. There are ones that are dealing with cancer. There are ones like my daughter that are dealing with surgeries, that people that have picked up, so, people that travel, there's a lot of people that travel to different countries and you pick up, because the water's so shit. I mean, our water in our lake here, I wouldn't go in it, right? It's poison. If you do go in it, slather your body with this. Have I shown you all of it? So I couldn't find black tea. The black walnut tea, that's what I wanted. I wanted black walnut tea so that I could put it on Prince's wounds, right? So I went to every store, and I couldn't find it. Nobody had it at any of the natural places. And finally, Pat finds it online and he ordered it, but he got a salve. And this is black walnut tree salve, okay? So I probably told you, I did tell you the things. So I'm taking all of this to my daughter. And if she doesn't put it on, I'm going to knock her out and put it on myself. So we've got black walnut tree salve. We've got the silver salve. We've got apple cider vinegar. Now, the apple cider vinegar, I'm doing all of it. I'm doing all of it for myself, and I do all of it for Liger because why should he suffer, right? Why should he suffer? Just because his mom didn't pay attention, right? And I get these messages by spirit. I will go, and like I said, when I was worrying about Lily, right, I was worried, what can I do? What can I do? And I would walk past my aloe plant, and a branch would fall off. And I'm like, this is what spirit does, right? A branch would fall off. And so I researched it. Aloe. She kept going to it and trying to eat it, remember? And it made her sick because the leaf of the aloe plant is poisonous, but the meat is not. She knew, and spirit was trying to show me, that the meat of the aloe was very, very healing, not only topically, but internally. And so that went into her food, and it goes into my food. In my Ninja, I would get aloe, lemon, and chia seeds, and I would blend it, and it was like a little shot. That was my shot. That's the kind of stuff I drink. Those are my shot glasses, right? That's what I use. And what else? Like I said, I was trying to figure out all the things that I needed for my body. My skin was getting all dry and crepey, and I was all upset because I've always had such really nice skin. And my daughter goes, oh, you're getting old, Mom, Pass the torch. Your time's up. And I'm like, no, it happened way too fast, And it is reversing. I will show you. I don't know. I mean, you guys probably can't see, or you can't tell, but it's reversing. My skin is coming back. Our bodies are natural healers, right? And Spirit kept saying to me, healer, heal thyself. You can heal Lily. You can heal Liger. You can heal yourself. Now, we know that we can heal ourselves with Reiki healing, energy healing, with love, but holistically, we have to use the same mentality. Where do you go when you want to be healed? Spiritually, emotionally, physically, you go to the earth. You go to Mother Nature. Mother Nature. Why do you think they call this apple cider with the mother? Right? It's mother. Why do they call me Mama Bear? Because it's the mom. It's the nurturing, right? So all of these things naturally, and a lot of people I know, you're all saying, oh, I know, I've been using that forever. But there's a lot of people that don't. And there's a lot of people that are suffering. And there's a lot of people that are keeping their minds so freaking closed. You know, I don't want anything to do with CBD oil. You know, pot's illegal. Well, thank God it's not in California. And there's a lot of other states that are finally waking up and realizing that it kills cancer, that it takes away pain, that it calms you. And we're not sitting here telling you to be, you know, sit there and be a stoner. We're talking, but however, people that have cancer, you know that it helps them. If you can't eat, or you feel like you don't want to eat, this will help you. There's just so many things that it helps you. Amy, you're going to have to listen to the video. There's so much more. I take the vinegar in my water. I also put it in my cat's food because, and you would think, wow, it's so sour, right? I didn't even dilute it. I put probably, I don't know, like maybe, like say 10 drops. I just pour it. I do everything kind of like, you know, that way. And I mix it in with his stinky wet cat food that he really, really loves. And he just plowed through it. Now Lily is really picky. Lily's like me. I would taste it in anything. So you can dilute it in the cat's water. You put vinegar, apple cider vinegar in their water, and they will ingest it. Because yes, it's good topically, but you need to also have it from the inside, right? It's the same thing as spirituality. It's got to be in the inside, right? You got to have it within you. You don't want to put on a Band-Aid, right? You want to pull out, figure out what the issues are, deal with the issues that come up to be healed, and then they're gone, right? Love is huge for all of it. So loving care, petting your animals, telling them that you're there for them, that you love them, telling the people in your life that they're going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Now, yesterday in our reading, I don't know if you guys have watched the reading yet. I did it last night for today, and it's been coming up quite a bit lately. Somebody else connected to me, not my daughter, because it hadn't started with my daughter yet, but somebody else connected to me had a health issue, and it was really bad. And Spirit kept saying to me, a healing miracle is imminent. It's imminent. And we got it yesterday. A recovery is indicated. Okay? A healing miracle is imminent. And I trusted them. That's the same message I got when Lily was dying and the doctor said there's nothing you can do. $1,000 later, take her home, make her comfortable, she's going to die. Right? And I was bawling and I cried and I went to Spirit and I did a reading. I used my because you know when you're hysterical, you can't think straight. Right? You can't. You're scared. You can't think straight. So I thought, okay, I can't think. My brain can't take in anything right now. I don't trust anybody else. So I went and I got my Archangel Raphael healing cards, right? And I got, because a lot of it is, because clearly it's holistic. And I got all the same messages. Use your natural healing abilities. She will recover. Natural foods, natural sources, and then I thought, okay, well, where do I go? What do I do? Right? I don't know what I'm supposed to use. And I'm telling you, things would literally fall off the shelf at the grocery store in front of me, into my hand. When I went into the refrigerator just now, to the freezer, to show you the lemon rind, you know how I do that? And you do it every day. I do it more than once a day. The avocado fell down to remind me, oh yeah, you know, great. You know, you go to a really high-end salon and they give you a fresh avocado mask for your skin. Don't you think it's just as healthy? More so to take it on the inside. If they're trying to moisturize something from the outside, it's not going to help you. You got to take it from the inside, right? Bananas, you can, the banana peel, you put the banana peel and rub it over your skin. That helps with scarring. I mean, there's so many things. Drinking vinegar straight is bad. I don't drink vinegar straight. I take vinegar water. I dilute it with water. And not to mention it's acidic, so it's not good for your teeth, right? So you want to dilute it. But if you take the apple cider vinegar in the cat food, it is diluted. I researched it. What else? And if you guys know something and if you research this afterwards and you're like, oh, Sherri, that was right, but you're a little off with that, that's fine. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not claiming to be a doctor, and I'm not saying I'm infallible. I'm just telling you, research it. And the people that have their mind blind to cannabis, they don't understand what the hell they're talking about. All you're thinking about is, the videos that got put out in the 60s about, you're going to go crazy if you smoke pot. It's a drug, it's a gateway drug, and you're going to end up a drug addict. It's like people believe all that shit. So research it. The doctors are there to make money. The Western doctors are there to make money. They're there to get you into the hospital, so I swear to God, so you can stay there longer. Because I'm telling you, I will do anything before I go to a hospital. I don't go to the doctor, ever. I don't go to the doctor. I don't take pills. I don't. I do everything holistic. Everything. What else am I supposed to tell you? If you start researching, and you know what? Spirit talks to me really loud in really obvious ways. They'll talk to you the same way if you will listen. I talked about it in our reading last night, Toxic food, toxic environment, toxic air, toxic water, toxic people will kill you. They'll kill you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. There are things that you can do for your water. You put vinegar in your water. It makes it alkaline. If you have fluoride in your water, which is what they used to push on all of us, right? Fluoride toothpaste, fluoride when we were kids, fluoride in the water. It dumbs down your third eye. It literally calcifies your third eye so that you can't hear what Spirit's saying. You can't see what Spirit is telling you. Alkaline water. And as Pat was saying, this is what they use in India to purify the water so that they can drink the water because there's so much crap in the water, So that's why when Spirit tells us something that we don't understand, go with it. They know what they're talking about, even if you don't get it. Okay, so why? It takes you a little while sometimes, and that's why I've gone through all of this stuff so that I can show you guys all in one fell swoop, all the different things that we've used. My daughter, if she didn't have this silver that I'm going to make her put on for the rest until this is gone, she would have ended up having what happened to me. When I had my hysterectomy, because it got infected, because I got staph there, I got staph everywhere. I had a perfect line across, like the scar, the incision. It ended up being like a keloid line. Because once it gets infected, you end up with a big scar, right? Lovely. That's lovely, And when I had my breast reduction, I got staph infection. Before the staph infection, he did such an amazing job. The scars were almost invisible. I was so excited. Now I've got scars. So now I'm putting the wound. I'm going to do it and see. It's been many, many years since I've had my last breast reduction. And why do I have to keep having breast reductions? Because boobs are basically fat. That's all they are, right? It's fat. So you get fat, you're going to grow boobs back. And I don't know. I'm not fat, but my boobs keep growing. So the scar that I had, I'm embarrassed by it. When I take my top off, I've got scars, and now they're fading. But I look like a patchwork quilt, right? I've got scars like a T. I can't see because all your comments. I got a scar that goes around my nipple, scar that goes underneath. It goes all the way across, right? And then my incision when my hysterectomy, they redid it here in California when I had my breast reduction done. I had them redo this because when they did the incision, the emergency, they slashed me because they were trying to get this giant tumor out of my stomach, right? And I was in agony, and they don't care. They want it out. It ruptured anyway before they could get it out, and which filled my body cavity with toxins, right? And I was really, really sick for a long time. Now I would know. I would take silver in my water to kill the bacteria. I would be taking apple cider vinegar in my water. I would be using the black walnut. I would use all of these natural things because they're all antifungal, right? Antibacterial, which causes infection, causes disease, causes sickness, causes scarring. Women don't want scars, right? If you have acne, apple cider vinegar gets rid of acne. Scars, right? It gets rid of the acne too. If I ever have a pimple, I rarely get a pimple, but if I do, apple cider vinegar immediately. What else? My chapped lips. My lips were so dry, right? My lips were dry. What do I do? What do I do? Silver salt. Because nothing was working, right? They kept peeling. It's super, it's like 113 degrees here. It's ridiculous how hot it is. Have I said how much I want to leave this California heat? I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to beat it to death anymore. If there anything else pops up, I'll say it. Oh, I will say this. Hairball remedy for my cat. Let's see. I'll put your questions back. You love scars? Yeah, well, scars, you know, we all have scars. Probiotics, yes. The probiotics, I'm taking that to my daughter as well. The probiotics is going to, because they've pumped her full of what is it called? Antibiotics, right? So you need the probiotics because why? Because now she's going to get a raging yeast infection. And women know how fun that is, right? Oh my God. There's nothing worse than a yeast infection. Probiotics. How do you get it? You can take the probiotics. You can take the little, I used to take the little kefir, right, with the probiotic in it and drink that. Yogurt, right? Yogurt's another thing that's really good for your skin. It just goes on and on and on. But hairball remedy. When Lily and Liger, right, when she was, they both had very long hair. And when she was so sick, remember her hair was falling out like crazy. So I put olive oil, virgin olive oil in that food. That was one of the things to help her with to naturally get rid of it. Also Prince, when he was so sick, the doctors were like, I'm trying to think of why I gave that to him. It was for a different reason. The reason I gave him the olive oil, and I can't think of what it was. He wasn't able to go to the bathroom. He was constipated, okay? So he got olive oil. And everything that we did with him, his scars, I mean, he healed up so fast. No pain. He's amazing. Lily's completely healed. Liger, unfortunately, because of my daughter needed my help, and so Liger had to be the guinea pig. Unfortunately, my cats have to suffer. They show me what's wrong between me and my twin soul. They show me what's wrong between me and my family. Watch your pets. Watch your pets, pay attention to your pets, because they are a mirror of your life. They will show you what you need, and they will show you what's wrong. They will show you who's wrong. Your pets will tell you, I don't like that person. If your pet stays away from that person, pay attention. They're telling you, stay away from that person. Your dog bites that person, there's a reason. You should be biting them or leaving. Okay, so that's it. If anything else pops up, I'll let you guys know. What else? Yeah. Oh, my cat Prince keeps peeing on my bike, right? But he actually represents somebody else. He isn't my cat. He represents another male that's connected to my twin soul, and I finally figured it out. And he keeps peeing on he keeps marking my bike, and that's a message to my twin. That person that's after you is after me too. Okay, so now that we've got all that done, and I don't have my, yeah, your dogs have been trying to tell you a lot, and pay attention to them. Also, your dogs and your cats will help you, they'll help you heal. They'll help you heal. And also, remember that you need to clear your dogs and cats. And you can do it. You can just put your hands on them and you call Archangel Michael in and you say, Archangel Michael, can you please help? And call actually Metatron. Clear and balance their chakras, clear their energy, because they will absorb everything that's wrong with you until they get sick. So that's why my cats got sick, because Lily, I kept getting, my girl needs water. My girl needs water. Lily likes dark meat. These are the messages that I was hearing in my meditation, and I'm like, what? Because I was a vegetarian, I stopped eating the dark meat. So I needed what I was missing in the dark meat. It took me a while to figure this stuff out, but they use your pets to show you things. Spirit will use your pets. So if you want your pets healthy, pay attention, because they're going to suffer. And if you are wondering what's wrong with your cat or what's wrong with your bird or your dog or your fish, remember my dragonfish? My dragonfish had toxic water. He needed a carbon filter. Activated carbon filter. That is activating our chakras. He needed his chakras cleared and balanced. What chakras are out of whack? There's something out of whack in your life. And then they would show it for me. So it was for my twin soul. My twin soul and I are both the dragons, right? Dragonfish, think about it. I'm a Aries and a Pisces moon. He's a Pisces. The dragonfish is in toxic water. He can't clear the energy himself, so I have to do it for him. So what do? I work on myself energetically. I do Reiki on myself. I clear my own toxins. He needs a carbon filter with whatever he's using. If he is using marijuana in order to heal himself from something, he needs to make sure that he has a carbon filter. It could be in the house that he has. He needs a activated carbon filter. It could be whatever it is. He needs a filter. It could be he needs a filter, right? Like filter what you're saying to certain people. You need a filter on your tongue. Activated carbon, though, to me, that's the chakras. You needed your chakras balanced and activated. And the environment that you're in is toxic. And you're not getting it. And you're not understanding that the people around you are toxic and you need to remove yourself. It could be your own mental thoughts. And I'm talking about everybody, but this is how it came to me for my twin soul. And anything that affects him affects me. And anything affects me affects him. So whether he is in my physical presence or not, I do all of these things for myself and he gets the benefits of it. So you can do this also for the people in your life, people that you are connected to. My daughter is needing all of these things, right? I can't energetically, I'm going to take all this stuff to her, right? I can talk about it until I'm blue in my face, but, she's going to have to do it. But as far as somebody like a twin soul, we're connected. We're connected. We're one. So anything that I do emotionally, physically, spiritually will affect him. In your family, anything that you do for your emotions, spiritually, will affect them because you are energetically connected. You can affect the environment of your workmates because of the things that you say, the things that you do. I've talked to you guys about this before. It was my practice about the law of attraction. Oh yeah, my mom kept preaching it to me, right? No, you gotta watch this video. I'm like, okay. And I didn't listen to my mom for the longest time. And then I thought, okay, fine. So I started using the principles of the law of attraction. What you send out comes back to you, right? So this nasty bitch that was being so awful to me, I just kept saying to her, I love you, and I didn't love her, didn't feel it, didn't like her at all. She was a bitch, and there was no reason for her to treat me the way she was. She was being evil, but I tried it, and it completely changed everything. It did. My boss said to me, I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up because clearly you're doing something, and that's all it was. It was love, because love can heal anything. So if you have a fight with somebody, if you're having problems with somebody, you can't get through to somebody, love them. Even if you don't love them. You'll eventually find yourself feeling different because I did. I started to feel like, wow, my energy is affected here and I'm not mad at this person anymore. I'm now able to see, I'm putting my stuff away. I like things cold. I was now able to see how instead of looking at this person like as an evil bitch, I looked at that person and I thought, they're deeply wounded, right? This person's really hurt. This person has a lot of issues. So, I'm not going to take it personally. It's not my problem. Now, also about us removing ourselves from toxic energy. We can give people all of this. We can suggest all of these things. We can do all of these things. But we don't want to jump into a mud pool to fix somebody who doesn't want to be fixed. They also have free will. So, no, I'm not going to dive into a toxic environment. I'm not going to stay in a toxic environment. And, I know that if I did this, I could help them get down off of their drugs. I could help them with whatever if I was here. But, you're doing that and you're in that environment. And now your water is so toxic that you are your filter is plugged. And you can't even help yourself now. You went in there trying to help them and they infected you. So when Spirit tells us, get out, let go, release, you need to do it. You need to listen. They know what they're talking about. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to take 10 people. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Absolutely share the video. Please do. I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm probably going to run out of battery. Sandy's on vacation in Aruba. She's my normal secretary, keeping track of these videos. Of who wants a reading. So I think I'm on, I've got this on, sorry. This is another message to me, I have 2 pages. I've got my Angels Whisper page and I've got my personal page. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be dropping one of my pages because they wouldn't allow me to make this go live on my Angels Whisper page. I don't know why. Maybe I'm supposed to have one page. Although I don't really like a lot of people coming to my private page, so maybe that's a no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my page, and I'm going to see. Wonderful, Kaylee. I'm hoping to see how many people are asking. I'm just taking 10. Okay, there you are, Nikki. Okay. If anybody else is available to write down the 10 people, that would help me a lot, because I can't keep track of that stuff. Because when I start channeling, why is everything going so slow? Oh, because we're in the shadow. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, people. And it's a pain in my ass. Oh, Nikki, that would be really nice. Thank you. Thank you. 10 people. If you would write down the 10 people. Oh, there I am. Oh, God, I'm seeing myself live. No makeup. I'm looking haggard. Okay. Oh, well. Okay. So, Vicky, Sen Negron, there are certain ones. Thanks, Kirsten. Why? What's interesting is that I can see some of them on here. On my page, but I can see more of them on here. So we have to do it fair. So these are the people. Write this down. Kaylee, Nikki. Well, Nikki, you're writing it down. Lisa Ann Fraser, Lydia, Sen Negron, Amy Fouet. I already said Amy, didn't I? Amy. Oh, you're sweet. Okay, I don't know how many people have. I don't even know how many people that is. How many people is it? Why is it it's not showing me? It's so annoying. I want to start, so if you can keep track, and I don't know if 10 people are still even there. I don't even know how many people are waiting or her watching. I know people listened for a while. That's cool. Oh, that's right, tattoos. For people who get tattoos, this is awesome. All of this stuff, because you get scarring. So the Silver Soul would be awesome for tattoos, for afterwards. Because you got to put on that gel. This would be amazing. This stuff's amazing. I'm so lucky, because anytime he gets something, he just comes up and he goes here and he throws it at me, and I don't even know what the stuff is. I just do it. It's all natural. It's all homeopathic, and whatever he gives me, I just take it. So I'm lucky. And a new tattoo covers scars. That's right. However, tattoos, you get scars, you get peeling, and you want to heal it quickly, and you want to have a nice. Sometimes you can have a problem with a scar, right? A tattoo. You can get a scar from a tattoo, so it helps. All right. So I'm gonna go. Who goes first? Nikki, tell me who to go. I'm gonna. God, I wish I had a little stand. I'm going to have to put you guys down sideways. Okay? Hey, Tracy. Nikki, where are you? 5? Okay, that's fine. I don't have to do 10. So who am I doing first? Oh my God, Lily's having a bird. Just a second. Lily's having a bird. Someone's having a baby. I watched that last night in my dreams. Lily's having a baby. Lily's having a bird. I watched that last night. I watched a baby shower. Interesting. So who's Lily? Lily's having a bird. Okay. Kylie is first. Okay. I'm going to put you sideways, sorry. And I'm going to put you down this way. I got to have a drink. Okay. Okay, the first message is coming from the power animals, apparently. That's what I got. Kaylee wrote to me a little while ago, and she's like, when are you going to go live again? So, when this all happened with my daughter this morning, I thought, you know what? I already did my reading last night, so this is important. This information is really important, and I know that I get the most people when I offer a free reading, so this is Spirit's way of helping you spiritually as well as physically. Because clearly Spirit wants us to do everything natural. They want us to be the real deal, right? Okay, so this is for, sorry, Kylie, right? What a cute name. Okay, what's bizarre is Okay, I can't take them. Four cards flipped over, but I can't take that many, so I'm gonna have to do it again. Sorry. Just give me one, please, for Kylie. Okay. All right. Oh, I love this. Okay, I gotta tell you something. Okay. I got a message from Nikki. And Nikki, you don't realize you don't understand how Spirit speaks to me, but I do. Nikki is also an intuitive, the one that's taking care of the list here right now. She's very gifted, and so I don't go to people, right? I told you guys I don't trust other readers, but I do trust Spirit, and I knew I needed to step outside of myself. So I said, I want you to tell me what you're getting from Spirit, and she gave me a little poem, and I read it to you guys, and it was telling me specific things. It said, ravens go to the south, eagles go to the west, owls go to the north, right? And I thought, okay, north is home. That's home because I'm from Canada. I don't want to go to Mexico, so we don't want to go there. Eagles go to the west, okay? Eagle always represents spirit. I live in the west. I live on the west coast. That was one of the things. So the eagles come to the west. So the message was for me to pay attention to the eagle message. This is Kylie's message. It comes from the eagle. And what it's telling you is trust in your higher self. So this is exactly what I've been talking about this whole time. My higher self is the one that's been speaking to me through my dreams, throwing vegetables off of the shelf at the grocery store. That's your higher self. You need to listen. When your own body stops and looks at something and thinks, pay attention to that. That's your higher self talking to you. So the eagle, you think about if you've got issues going on in your life. The eagle, like say the weather, I'll show you guys outside. It's monsoon season, okay? Whenever I show you the weather outside, I'm also talking about the weather within your emotional experience, because it's a reflection. That's why I would always open the window and I would say, the water's a little choppy today, it's a little humid. So today, it's not as hot as it was, but it's very humid, and it's still quite warm. So that means there's a lot of emotion right now in our lives, right? And it's cloudy. Things are cloudy. So mentally, emotionally, because of your emotions or because of what's going on in your life, things are a little bit cloudy. There's a lot of emotion in the air. That's why it's humid. Monsoon season, it's flash floods. So there's going to be outbursts. There's going to be uncontrollable crying. You don't know why, what's going on. Downloads are happening, right? The eagle, when a storm comes, most animals hunker down, right? They find somewhere safe to go, and they hide out until the storm has passed. So that's kind of like what we would do as far as if we were in a toxic environment and somebody's being ridiculous, right? Somebody's fighting, and I got that yesterday for my twin. He needed to get out of the environment because it was going to be very toxic, very volatile, which represented a lot of things for me as well. And what do you normally do? You run and hide, right? You'll go and hide, or you'll go in your room. But that's not what Spirit wants you to do. Spirit, as the eagle, because eagle represents spirit, the eagle is the only bird that instead of, do you see birds flying in storms? You may see seagulls, because they represent freedom. You may see pelicans, because they represent self-forgiveness. But most birds will stay down. They won't fly in a storm. An eagle will literally use the storm to fly above. They will use the energy and the power of the storm to propel them higher. And they get above the storm. So the eagle comes forward to tell you that whatever storm is going on in your life, you connect to yourself spiritually, use that energy, and instead of using it to feel like you got to run and hide, or have a crying jag, you get depressed, or because when you run and hide, you're running away from the problem. You're not looking at it, right? So everything comes up for a reason. It comes up to be examined, to be what needs to be handled, what needs to be looked at. Use that to propel you higher. If you're pissed off, if you're angry, use that anger to work out. Use that anger to clean your house. Use that anger, use the energy to propel you higher. But always trusting in your higher self. And trusting in your higher self takes practice, because a lot of times we don't know what our higher self is trying to tell us. That's why I do these videos. That's why when I was so distraught about Lily dying, there's no way I kept saying to Spirit, please don't take her. please don't take her, you know? And I feel as though the person in my life is saying that about the person in their life. Please don't take her. And this is a personal message. If you're watching this, they aren't going to. There is a healing miracle, and there will be a full recovery. So I was also told that about my twin. He will 95% recover whatever it was that he was dealing with. 95%. We always have a little bit, right? So trust in what Spirit tells you. Everything that you need to know, Spirit can bring to you. Everything that we need to have, Spirit will bring to us. If you're worried about work, if you're worried about a relationship, trust in your higher self. Trust in Spirit. Because our higher self, that's our radio transmitter. That's why we want to have alkaline water. We want to make sure that our third eye is not calcified, so that we're understanding and we're able to pick up what our higher self is telling us. God, my lips are stinking chapped. So that's it. That's for you, I think. Also, the eagle is about courage, right? And sometimes we're afraid to do something, or sometimes we don't feel very courageous. So we go to Spirit and we ask Spirit to give us the courage to do whatever it is that we need to do. So that's your message. That was long. Oh, I gotta read this. Hold on, I gotta read that, Kaylee. I'm not laughing, I just gotta read this. Shit, it won't let me. Let's see. Kaylee's telling a story. It won't let me read it. I gotta read it later. All I get is a lot with my brother. Oh, I'll read it later. Okay, so who's next? Nikki, who's next? Maybe you told me. Oh, man. I'm going to research what takes away dark circles, and I know there's going to be something. I never thought of looking at that. Hi, Joy. I don't know who's next. Kylie is first, but who's next? You? Okay. Hold on, I got to put you down. Oh, you're going to help me because you're a mirror of what's going on. So I think for you, I'm going to use the crystal oracle because the person that you connect to deals with crystals. Correct for neutrality on all levels. A lot with my family. My brother threw plates at me and was going to kick my ass. I almost beat his girlfriend's ass. It's very toxic here. Oh, dang. Okay, just see yourself in a... First of all, put yourself in a pyrite cave. Like, see yourself in a pyrite cave and titanium so it bounces off of you. And then see yourself surrounded in love. Send it to them even though they're assholes. Say to Spirit, say to the Father, please fill them with unconditional love. And please fill me with unconditional love because right now I want to rip their faces off. But yeah. And ask for a way out. Spirit will show you. And sometimes it's not what we want. Right? Sometimes it's not. Oh my God, this is going to be the biggest message to me. Hold on. This is a trip. And this is going to show you the different ways Spirit talks to me. Okay. Your message is carnelian. Okay? Now, Spirit will give you a message, but sometimes they'll give you multiple messages and completely different reasons. There is an earth sign connected to my twin that's causing problems in our life. My life and his. That needs to go. I don't know who they are. I don't care. They just need to go. When I was in the grocery store, my carnelian stone, my crystal, went flying. It came out of my ring and it went flying across the store. And I looked at it, and I was getting avocados at the time. And I thought, this is the ring that I wore on my pointer finger. So this person, this earth sign is pointing their finger. And there's an air sign also that is trying to mess things up, lying through their teeth. But this earth sign was causing problems. So I looked at the carnelian and it went flying across the floor, and I said, why did that happen? Why did that come out? And when I went to do the reading the other day, we used all rings, right? And there were 4 for the 4 zodiac signs, if that's what you guys wanted to choose. And I thought, well, but I have 5 rings. Which one don't I use? And remember that sign, that little thing from, what was it, Sesame Street? Which one of these is not like the other? Remember? And it was this. This one stood out. It was not like the others. So it has to go. So this earth sign has to go. That was my first message. But that's not the only message, because you just got carnelian. And there's my carnelian ring. There could be somebody in your life that it's about, don't point the finger, because I wear this ring on my pointer finger. Don't whatever you're saying about them, there's 3 things about that you need to look at yourself. That's the first message. But so that was the one message, that person needed to go from my life and from my twins. But this also offers protection and healing. There's a reason I wear carnelian. Now, I kept this one on, right? And I've got it on my wrist. I wear all of the crystals that I wear for healing purposes. There's reasons, spiritual healing purposes. Carnelian dissolves sadness. Any sadness that you have been feeling, or any anxiety that you have been feeling, and I know that you've been experiencing things, it calms your energy, calms your thoughts, it eases the anxiety, it helps you express your emotions. Now think about the color of this. It's the color of your sacral chakra. So it's also saying to you, your and I told you that Merlin, my dragonfish, needed activated carbon, and I said, well, what? And I knew it was the chakras. Which part does he need activated? Sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is your seat of sexual energy, but also creativity. So if you're having issues with work, or you're stumped with a project, or you need help with your project, carnelian is what you need. It helps you, as I said, if you have anxiety, you need this. If you're having a difficult time expressing yourself, you need this. The colors also, this particular color, like a burnt orange, it comes in different colors, carnelian, but like a burnt orange to kind of like a deeper color. You work with these colors, and they stabilize and heal your emotions. And then, so once you recognize that this is what you need your sacral chakra balanced and charged, cleared, balanced, and charged. How do you do that? Dancing, moving, walking. This will help you express yourself. This will help you with creativity. If you have sexual issues, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling anxious, carnelian is your stone. So if you take care of this, it also, because of the deeper color, it's like the earth color, it's grounding. So it helps you if you're not grounded. And when you're all over the place, you're not grounded. So it's interesting. It went flying off of my finger for a couple of different reasons. 1, there's a toxic earth sign in my presence and in his presence. And 2, this is the sacral chakra that needs to be activated and cleared and balanced and worn. Okay. You're welcome. Love you, Kaylee. Okay, who's next, please? And you know what, Nikki, can you give them to me a little ahead of time so I don't have to wait? Because everyone is it Lisa that's next? Otherwise, we're going to have to sit here and wait, and it's annoying to everybody else. So give me like a couple ahead so I know, because I got to get to work too. Oh, if anybody would like help with dream analysis, with a private reading or life coach session, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com, and my email is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. If you would like to make a donation to my page, that would be awesome. There's a donation button on my webpage. Please like and share these videos. These are all informative from Spirit. It's important. And subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get notified of these. That's it. I never give myself a plug, so I figured I would do it. Okay, so who's next? Please. I know that there's a delay. I'm in Aries, sorry. We're quick. But I've only done 2, and I got to really get moving. So we got to have Lisa's next. Okay, give me the next person after that as well, so I can see. Okay, Lisa, I'm going to put you down because I got to charge you guys. Sorry. And everybody's getting the card that I'm drawn to just by Spirit. So you're getting a message from the Archangel Power Tarot. I'm just going to go with my higher self. And hold on, I'm putting something on my lips because they're dry as hell. Oh, God. My lips need my twin to kiss them. That would feel better. I'm going to put my ring back on. I'm not feeling anxious, but maybe somebody connected to me right now is. So I'm going to channel that energy, and I'm going to see you surrounded by carnelians. And I'm going to, if Kaylee's still there, she needs to see carnelian. Put herself and her entire family in carnelian in a cave, because that will calm everybody's energy. Okay, correct for neutrality, please. All right. Oh, this is amazing. I love what I do. I really do. See, I wish that I was financially independent, so I could just do this, you know, and not have to go earn a living. I love doing this. Okay, I'm gonna pop you around and show you your card. Who am I reading for? Lisa? Okay, awesome. Sen, Amy, Vicky, Kirsten, Lisa, Sen. You're gonna have to put that up a couple times because it'll keep scrolling as people talk. So here, so this is your message, the High Priestess, which is not a surprise at all. So this is Archangel Haniel. The number is 2. So that is significant in itself, the number 2. This could be a message to 2 people. This could be 2 days, 2 hours, 2 months, 2 weeks. The number 2 tells you everything is going to be fine. And it'll continue being fine as long as you keep believing that. Because it's your thoughts and your feelings that are affecting this. And everything's fine. It's all working out in the best way. Spirit can help you if you're having a difficult time. My hands are shaking. Isn't that weird? Well, I haven't really eaten. So this is what's going on, and this is what's been happening with me. You know, powerful psychic insights. Like I said, I was dreaming last night, and I was watching, you know, somebody in surgery. I was watching somebody have a baby shower. And then remember I said Lily's having a bird. So Lily's having a bird. And yesterday I said angry birds. So there's something going on about that. Right now there's emotions being poured out. This is life-giving words or life-giving information from Spirit. You're supported. I'm looking at the pillars. If you feel like you're flailing, you're absolutely supported. Spirit is welcoming you. They're asking you to pay attention to what you're getting in your dreams at this time. They're telling you that just like with me, your answers are within you. You don't have to ask other people. When Spirit asks you to look for, you know, do research and look things up, that's one thing. But this is a high spiritual color, the color of purple. I'm also telling you to work with the Archangel Zadkiel. He is a relationship. He works with relationships. Archangel Jeremiah, that's his color. He works with renewal. We're right in the time of Mercury retrograde coming here, and it talks about review, right? So pay attention to those things. They will help you. They're telling you that emotional situations in your life right now, okay, I got to turn this around. The emotional situations that are in your life right now, just like I was saying, they're going to give you valuable insight about what's going on in your personal life in different ways. In your work life, your personal life. I'm getting glasses that don't have glare because this is driving me nuts. So like I said, the emotional situation. Well, my daughter's in the hospital, right? She's got an infection. Think of that in a symbolic term. A flesh-eating disease. That's toxic energy attacking you from the outside. The reading that I did last night for today, it was talking about titanium bullets are being fired at someone, right? Words, angry words. Lily's having a bird. So Lily, whoever she represents, the grandmother, the mother, I don't know who she represents, angry words being fired. So pay attention to what's going on with the little weird things that you hear in your head, with your animals. I always have to pay attention to the words that come out of my own mouth. I'll hear myself. I've trained myself now to listen to the things that I say. Like when I let her in, God, Lily's having a bird. Okay, what does that mean? Yesterday there were angry birds, right? Okay, angry birds, angry words. My daughter's in the hospital. She's got a bacteria that's eating away at her skin. It's toxic. It's life-threatening. Now, if somebody's attacking you physically, your mental health is being affected by somebody throwing angry words. Pay attention to things like that. Think about it symbolically. Think about it literally. So they're telling you right now, emotional situations in your life right now are telling you things that are going on. If you look at this, there's water pouring. I told you guys that this is monsoon season, right? Pay attention to what's going on in the weather outside. Especially the dreams, though. There's also, whenever you have the moon show up, and even though there is a new moon there, whenever the moon arrives, there are secrets that you don't know about, or there are things that you are unaware of, things that are hidden, because the moon, everything's in the shadows. There's something that you don't know. And so if there's something that you don't know, that you're not aware of at this time, that is not the time to make a decision. That's not the time to act. You need to wait until Spirit tells you to act. You will be given that information. That information may come in a dream. It may come in this video. It may come in somebody else's comment. Look at my hair. It's all wet from the shower. Pat was apologizing, and I'm like, oh, they don't care. I'm like looking at me going, yuck. What else? So when you can't act, when you don't know everything, you have to be patient. And right now, as I said, we're in the shadow, the pre-shadow period for Mercury retrograde. So contracts, right? Anything serious, you better get it done right now or wait. That's the patience. Like, wait, if you don't know, and right now we don't know, there's something that's hidden, there's something that we're not aware of. It's either telling us that or that we're going to be getting really cool information in a spiritual way. I like that because I get that all the time, and I'm open for it. So just be open to it, be receptive to it, trust it even if it doesn't make sense. And I'm getting the information that I'm getting is going to affect two important people. So that's your message. I'm gonna put your comments back. Sen. Okay, Sen is next, and then Amy. Can you tell me as well how many people are that I'm reading for? Because and I'm gonna put you guys back down. Thank you for doing that. You're a mind reader. I know you are. Oh, Nikki, you're so funny. Okay, Sen, and then Amy, and then Vicky. Okay, hold on. Okay, Sen, your message is coming from the Nature Speak Oracle. How fun! We're jumping all over the place with my decks. I like that. Everybody's getting something a little bit different. I like that. Correct for neutrality. I'm afraid to brush my hair and make it look worse. It's almost better to look like seaweed. Oh, seaweed! Seaweed, kelp, iodine. Very, very important. Very, very healing. You can go to the dollar store and get dry kelp. You need spirulina or the greens, the super greens. My daughter needs that too. So that's really, really important. Really, really important. Kelp, where you're going to get the iodine, you're going to get the iron. Seaweed, broccoli, kale. I know that my twin needs those. I'm telling him right now, if you're looking, that's what you need. You need those greens, dark greens. Okay. And he should know, he's a vegetarian. He knows all that shit. Okay. Correct finish, but right now it's really important. Seaweed. Oh, so also because this water is toxic. Okay, so the ocean, right, is very healing if you've got a wound. Now think about that emotionally. You need a sea salt bath. And I don't care if you're a guy and you don't take a bath. Sea salt will pull the toxic energy away from you. If you're in a toxic environment, have a sea salt bath. Go for a swim in the ocean. You need sea salt. It's healing emotionally and physically and spiritually. Okay. San, your message is, how funny! Oh, I'm laughing because you got the ocean. You got the ocean. Okay, hold on. Okay, now, you got the ocean, but you got the ocean in reverse. Okay? So, I just spoke about that is what you need as far as the ocean. Now, the fact that I said that right before this came up is clearly a message for you specifically. You do need that. You need that. You think about the ocean. I spoke about the ocean in my reading. I think it was yesterday, and I said that I'm a deep sea diver, right? And I'm terrified of the ocean, but I'm a deep sea diver. I respect its power, its mighty majesty, but I respect its healing energy as well. It's also the greatest conductor of energy. So whenever we want to connect to spirit, the water is the best place for us to go. It is a conductor. If you want to send an intention to somebody, the ocean, a lake, put your feet in the water. When my twin went to Greece, I wanted him safe and I wanted him to know that he had my love. I asked spirit for something and I went to the ocean. I looked down at my feet and I found this perfect little stone, right? People call them worry stones. It was an intention stone. I put it in my hand, my left hand, and I put my love into it, and I touched it to the water. I think I have a video of it saved somewhere. And I said, I want you to feel this across the water. Now think about it. energetically, and people don't need to know logically, but energetically they will feel that love, they will feel that connection. So that came up for a reason. I started to speak about it before you got this message. So the ocean for you, on one part of your message is that it's healing for you, whether you need to go to, and it doesn't have to be an ocean. It can be a lake, it can be a river. It's just water is important right now. If you want to send an intention out, put your intention into water. You can also put your intention in the water, in your water. Bless your water. Say a prayer. My mother used to have these cards, and I sold them. I don't know why. I was stupid. And it's a proven science. You can look it up on Google. Vibrations are felt in your water. So there was snowflakes. I think they were snowflakes or different. I think they were. They were different designs because every snowflake is different. And you would put the snowflake picture on top of the water, whatever that intention was. But you can do it yourself just by writing a little note, and you can put it underneath your water glass. This is my intention. And every time you drink in that water, that intention, you're drinking in that life-giving water. It's very, it's very simple, and yet it's very, very powerful. If you look up, I think it's Dr. Emoto. I'm not going to say his name right. I would have said Emoto. I'm not going to say his name right. But it's a study that your water vibration changes depending on the words that are said. It's the same thing with plants. You can go to a plant and yell at one plant, and you can go to another plant and tell it you love it, and you will kill the plant you yell at, and you will grow the other one very healthy. So your water is very important for you. You're upside down in your water. So it's talking about life and death and rebirth. I don't know, can you see that? Is it bright enough? So you think about the power, right? And you think about how the tide pulls, the moon pulls the tide. The moon is that powerful. So we have that goddess energy within us. Water is emotion. There's something upside down with your water. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a scary thing, like it's a bad thing. Maybe you are drowning in something. Maybe you're drowning in possibilities. Maybe you can't make a decision. You've got a lot of choices in front of you, and you feel overwhelmed. So you don't have to pick everything. There's opportunities that will come back around. You know, everything's in a cycle, right? So I'm overwhelmed. I've got so many choices in front of me. I don't know which choice to make. So take one thing at a time, and look into it. Like really explore it, and test the waters. You know how when you go into the ocean, Hawaii is coming to mind for me. Hawaii's been talked about a lot for me lately. That's one of the places that I went diving that I was terrified, because in Hawaii there are underground currents, and you can literally be sucked underground into a ledge and you'll never be seen again. Like it goes off in plates. It's really scary diving in Hawaii. It really is. So when you go into the water, and even at the beach, right, there are rip currents, right? You test the water. There are water rivers up in when I went to the giant sequoias. They didn't want you going in the water in certain places because of the rip current, and it doesn't look like that to you. It looks fine to me, right? Somebody jumps in the water and they're gone because you don't see the undercurrent. So whatever it is that you're looking at, the choices that you're trying to decide on, test the waters, is what they're telling you. One thing at a time, test the waters. If it doesn't work, move on to something else, right? And you don't want to stay where you're not happy. So I'm thinking, okay, I keep popping back and forth because it's kind of like me, you know, when spirit has moved me around to different places, and I wondered why I was taken to the places that I was. And everywhere I've gone, I've liked things about those places. But even though I love things about those places, they're not all home. You may have to figure out what feels like home to me. You know, okay, I tested that, I went there and didn't feel, you know, it was okay, it had this or that, but it's lacking this. So whatever it is, you apparently have choices in front of you, options in front of you, and you're trying to figure something out. So, and you might feel overwhelmed because you think you're going to miss an opportunity. You're not going to miss an opportunity, is what Spirit's telling you right now, at this particular moment, whatever it is. They want you to test the waters. It could be emotionally. Test the waters. I'm a little bit nervous, right? Is it time for me to say what I want to say? Test the waters. You just put your toe in, right? Just say something light. See how it goes. Like sometimes we have something to say to somebody, and you know, a lot of the times it isn't about them being ready for it. Sometimes it's a test for us. Are we willing to listen to Spirit and do what Spirit advises us to do? And even when we're nervous, because if we do that, then we have now passed a test. We have now proven to ourselves that even though I was nervous about this, I was able to do it. Now, also, you test the waters. I may be told by Spirit that this is what I need to say, but I don't feel that it's very receptive there. But if Spirit says test the waters, go in, do it. There's a reason that you're supposed to do it. There's a reason. And it might not be about them. It might be about you. It might be that you're supposed to see a reaction from them. And once you get that reaction, you'll know, I'm not going there, right? If it doesn't feel good, don't go there. If it feels good, go there, right? If you're drinking tea and you go to sip and see if it's cooled down enough and it burns your tongue, you're not going to drink it, right? Something burns you, you're not going to go there. So test the waters. I got to look at this and see if there's anything else. So I'm thinking about, okay, that looks like the coast of California to me. It's pretty wild up the coast of California. It's beautiful. But what they're telling you is the fact that it's talking about death and rebirth, and the fact that you're in reverse. Now, if it was in the upright condition, you would have all these new areas that they would want you to experience. But they're also telling you right now that they don't want you to stay somewhere that you're not happy because you're going to drown. And this is talking about death and rebirth. And there is something that you need to let go of. We talked about this yesterday. And actually, it was today in the reading that you guys got today, if you watched it. And it was, the message was drop it. You need to drop something. Something needs to be let go of before you can pick up something else. You can't have both. Something needs to die in order for you to move forward. That's your message. And you already know what it is. Okay. Who's next? Okay, 10 readings. Okay, cool. Amy is... Oh, wait, hold on. Sen is next. Then Amy. Okay, Amy's next, and then Vicky. Okay? Amy's next. Whoop. Amy, you are getting the Spirit Oracle. And I'm going to ask Spirit right now, because they know I need to pay my bills, and I am not working right now, so I'm going to say I would like to have some private readings, because I love doing my readings. Or I would like a donation. I accept gifts. Hell yeah. Right? Okay. But I know that they know that, and I'm not worried, so all is well. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. This is for Amy, right? And I will go back and look at your messages afterwards. I promise. Okay. Hi. I'm waving at people that are waving at me. I think that's super cool. That wasn't there before, that option. There's something else here too. Hold on. I want to try something. I had to be the Blues Brothers just for a second. Ooh, I should do that, because then I don't have to worry about makeup, right? Let's see, who else do we want to be? Flower Child. Oh my God, check it out. I'm a bride. I'm a hippie bride. Remember I said the daisies? And that came up. You guys will see that if you, I like that. That's fun. Okay, I'm going back to normal. Let's see if I can. Oh shoot. I don't know how to go back to normal. Oh no. There. Okay, sorry, I just had to do that. Oh God. Okay, here's yours. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this around, and my all I can see are all these things. I'm trying to get them out of my way. I can't figure out how to turn this around now. That sucks. How do I do that? Go away. There we go. Okay. So you have the aura of love. And I'm again looking at the family tree, because she's a tree. First thing, feel love that surrounds you. Emanate that love from you. take the love that's coming to you, feel that energy moving. Look at that. You're open, naked, and vulnerable. And you say to Spirit, bring it to me. I take it. I take it. They're asking you to get grounded because you're a tree. So imagine yourself as a tree standing, and from your feet, roots are going down in through the other side of the planet, and they're anchoring there and they're pulling you down tight. So now you're grounded. They're asking you to get out in nature, but mostly what they're asking you to do is feel the love that's surrounding you right now. They want you to also recognize that you have the power to send this energy out. I know that. Is this for Amy? Who's this for? Because I'm sorry. Shoot, and I can't see it on this thing. Is this for Amy? Who am I reading for? Makes a difference. Amy. Okay, the reason why I ask is because this is what you can do to help Sarah. It's Sarah, isn't it? Wait, your sister. You can help your sister by emanating this love. You're a very happy, light person. I love that. Your energy, I want you to know, and Spirit wants you to know, that the energy that you send out helps your sister more than you understand. You guys are twins. You're connected. So everything, when I talk about my twin, I want you to pay extra special attention to everything that you say about yourself, that you do, that you eat, that you think about. Because everything that you say, do, and ingest and accept for yourself affects your sister. That's how powerful you are. You guys are twins. You are connected. It's like, to me, I'm seeing blood ventricles and veins. That's what I'm seeing. You guys are connected. So you have the ability to pull this energy in that Spirit is giving you, this loving, healing energy, and emanate that out into the world. The possibilities are endless of what you can do to help your sister and yourself. This is what's coming to me from Spirit right now, specifically. So the way I see you standing there, because I saw this as a tree when I first saw this, and I know that this isn't the message from this card. Like, this message has, it's a different message. I'll tell you what the message is in a second, but I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting from Spirit. Family tree is what came up to me right away. So you affect this situation. The dog, when you were able to bring Peaches in, or the dog to your sister, that was huge. Huge. Any outings that you take her with you, huge. Out in nature, the best thing that you can do. But right now, I want you to ask the Father to fill you with unconditional healing, loving energy. That's what you're doing here. Fill you with it. And then once you fill it, and you're going to want to feel it. You're going to want to feel either like the spinning or butterflies or prickles. Tell Spirit, I need to feel it coming into me. And when you start feeling the energy moving through you, you're going to say to your sister, whether she's in front of you or not, doesn't matter. I am sharing this healing, loving energy with you. And I want you to take it. And I want you to let me know when you feel it. And when you will feel it again. I'm feeling it already. I'm feeling it right now in my solar plexus. And what happens is, you're sending that, Father is filling you, surrounding you with this loving, healing energy, right? This is where you're getting it from the Father, and all the way from out here. It's highlighting everything inside of you, healing you, and you're now sending this out to your sister. And when your sister gets it, she's sending it back to you. So it's a perpetual cycle, a healing cycle. And as you do that, you both are stronger and stronger and stronger. Now I'll tell you what Spirit has to say. Allow the infinite power of love within you to radiate unconditionally in all directions, yet stand tall in your sense of self and in your own truth. The healing power of love will help you burn through all illusion, and you will discover new possibilities. This is a powerful time of transformation, ideas, and creativity. Okay. I do this all the time with my twin, okay? And I do it when I do Reiki. So the first thing I ask is, Father, fill me with unconditional healing love. And that's why when Kaylee, and I don't know if Kaylee's gone, if she's in a very toxic environment, fill me with unconditional healing energy, and then fill this situation with that. But for you, you have such a lighthearted energy. I know that about you. You've got that amazing healing energy. And I know that you're always worried about your sister. And I'm telling you, nobody can heal your sister. The hospital can't heal your sister more than you can. We know situations of twins where the twins were born and one baby was dying. And there was nothing, they gave up. And the mother said, well, at least put their sister in with them. you know, and let them feel the love between one. I'm getting really emotional. Between the baby, before the baby goes. So they put the baby in the bassinet, and the baby puts its arm around the twin. We all know this. You guys have seen it. And that baby is literally brought back to life through the love from their sister. That is how strong the healing power of love is. So I just want you to know that when you feel hopeless and you get discouraged, because I see that with you a lot, about your sister, healer, heal thyself. And by healing yourself, you heal your sister. It's very important for you. And it's super powerful. I'm telling you, the doctors, you know, they do what they can, but nothing is more powerful than the healing power of love. If your sister has, if you don't have one, please get her a rose quartz and keep it with her. Before you give it to her, hold it in your left hand. Rinse it when you get it. Rinse it under warm water with a little bit of salt so you cleanse it, because other people's energy is there. Hold it in your heart hand, and then you infuse into it your intention. My intention is that when she has this in her energy, this happens. Whatever it is. She needs to keep it next to her. She can keep it in her bra. Whenever I'm told something by spirit that I need, I either wear it or I stick it in my bra. Put it under my pillow, whatever it is. You need this too. This isn't just about your sister. This is a mutual thing. Okay, that's your message. Whoa, I gotta read that. Hold on. Okay, this is from Amy about her twin. Because this is what when my twin was dying, and he may not have physically been dying, but spiritually, emotionally, he was dying, and I work on him, and I don't give a shit, you know. He's not gonna be okay, he's not gonna be okay. Wrong, Spirit said you're wrong, and I don't give up. Amy says, Sherri, you're such a blessing to me. I am too. Sarah was dying, and I pushed through, born first, so she could get out. Okay, I'm getting a really loud message. My whole body got chills. Sarah was dying, and I pushed through, born first, so she could get out. Okay, so I need to tell you something. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my grandma's name was Amy. And so whenever I see your posts, because you're a twin, it's always a message to me and my twin. And I already knew that I was the one that needed to be strong because my twin was struggling. And that's why I'm telling you, you can help her, just like I can help him. Whether he's with me or not, I don't care. He's my twin, and I don't give up. And you're not either. So we push through. Just push through it. No matter what we're doing, we got to push through because you need to be there for them. Okay. Wow, that was heavy for me. Sarah wasn't getting nutrition, so I made us be born. Oh, that's amazing. And that's a message too. It's like when Spirit says, that's the falling tower. I'm getting a message for my twin and I. The falling tower may have happened in his life, and he may be confused as to why it happened, but it's happening because it's toxic where he is and he needs to get out. It's time to get born. It's time now. Okay, so who's next? Oh, you're crying. I know, I'm crying. I'm trying not to cry too. That was amazing. And see, when I get these messages, this is why I love what I do. Talk about healer, heal thyself. Spirit gives me these messages for you guys, but they're also messages for me. And I take this advice too. It reminds me of things that I forget. You know, it reminds me that right now it's not important for me to be worried about getting on my hotline, on my psychic hotline. What's important right now is this. This is important. Okay, so Amy, then Vicky. I'm going so slow, you guys. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry because you're getting what you need. Vicky, then Kirsten. Okay. Aw. I love it when you guys love each other. Amy's crying, and Nikki said, Amy, big hugs to you, surrounding you with love and light. You guys, you know, this is our soul family. This is important. This family is more important than blood. Soul family, because we are coming from spirit. I'm telling you. Your blood family isn't all that it's cracked up to be. It isn't always. It just isn't. People that are connected to spirit, the energy that we hold for each other is so incredibly healing. And when those feel alone, like Kaylee's in a toxic environment, right? She doesn't have happy family home. Nikki, she's been through stuff too. And Amy's got a sister. They love each other. So they're a great family unit. Some people are amazing to one another, but there are a lot of us that don't have blood family that's any good, you know? And this is what we need. And it's you guys are a freaking shot in my arm. You're better than a B12. I'm telling you, you guys are amazing. So when you guys send love to each other, this is the united collective. right? We go all around the entire world. There's nothing stronger than the United Collective. So whenever I have people come to me that are beyond distraught, I call everybody in. I call all you guys. I call the United Collective. You can do this too. I call on the Father first. I ask him to disperse whatever archangels he says are important, whatever people, situations, messages, songs, whatever anybody needs to hear. Please, Father, bring it now. And I'm calling on all of you, the whole United Collective, to band together, because this is why we're here. We're all ascending. The ones that are sleepwalkers, they don't get it. They don't understand. They think we're crazy, and they're not of any help. A lot of times they're really toxic. So the United Collective, the United Collective are not the ones that call themselves spiritual people that are actually doing black magic and binding spells. As I said, there's a Capricorn or Earth sign in our lives that is trying to fuck up my stuff for my twin and I. I'm wearing this sign, looking at it. There's also a Libra that's doing the same, lying through their freaking teeth. That person is not going to be included when I call on the United Collective, even if that person is on this hotline, because I already know that these people that are trying to cause problems in my twin and my life follow me. I already know that. And I don't care, because your energy won't come to me. The United Collective energy is the soul family. So none of us are affected by anything that you think that you're doing. And if you are somebody that I know that needs to be blocked, you will be removed. We've done it before. So just putting that out there. So don't worry that, don't worry when Spirit says you got people following you. I know that. I got it this morning. That Libra, they're lying through their teeth. They're doing everything they can. And I thought, you know what? Do your damage. You can't touch me. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Right? Okay. So I got to go back and see. So it's Vicky that's next? I know I see, I can't remember. I need to take something from my memory. Is it Vicky that's next? Good Lord. I just can't remember who I read for. I know I just read for Amy, but who was Amy? Amy, then Vicky. Okay. Vicky, Kirsten, then Joy. Okay. Vicky, Kirsten, then Joy. From South Wales. Ah! That's my heritage. I'm Welsh. We're from Aberavon by Neath. I know South Wales. Now that's new. South Wales, that's Australia, isn't? My grandmother was born there. Oh my God, my grandmother was born there. Lydia. My grandmother. Lydia. Interesting. Welcome. I love it when people come from all over the place. Okay, so I love you too, Nikki. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me. Okay, so I guess you're getting a message from this deck too, because I started shuffling it. Oh, it's such a beautiful message. I love this. I love this. Yay! I got to show you guys something. Okay, I've got this closed because of the glare. But you see the weather? Right? Look at our weather. Okay. It's hot. If you can see down, you probably can't see down below because of the, screen and stuff. But the water's choppy. There's big ripples on the water, and it's totally cloudy. But it's not clouds. It's muggy. Okay, it's muggy, humid. So that means there's a lot of emotion and things are cloudy right now. So I want to show you your awesome message. And I have to shut the window again because I can't see shit. Okay. Faith. This is beautiful because look at the weather. It's foggy, it's cloudy. And you know what I always notice in this? I see an animal in here. I see a scared little animal. Now, if you guys watch today's reading, it's a really good one. It's really good. There's a little woodpecker that was terrified. But right now, what I'm looking at is almost like a Maltese. A Maltese puppy. See the eyes and the nose and their little white fluffy fur, right? So when I look at that, I'm seeing a dog. And when I think of dog is love, unconditional love, loyalty, and friendship, and protection, right? I also see a ram. See the horns right here? I'm an Aries ram, so there's a message to somebody. I'm your ram, I'm your best friend. Okay, however, your message is, even though things are cloudy right now, and you might be nervous about something, Spirit wants you to have faith, because there are no obstacles in your path. The obstacles have been cleared. Whatever it is that you've been worried about, whatever's been blocking you, or whatever mentally you think has been blocking you, there's nothing in your way. They want you to follow your path, even though it feels like it's this way, because it's actually clear. It's like everything's clear. The way ahead is clear. You can move forward on whatever it is that you were worried about. Have faith. I love this. I love this because I always see that puppy right there. I don't know if you guys can see him. I'm going to turn this around because I want to see if you can see him like I can see him. I always read. See him? Look at his little face. He's so stinking cute. He's like a freaking... He's so cute. Okay, that's Loki. So that represents my twin, and he's nervous. I'm seeing that. He's so cute. Oh my God. If you guys watch today's reading, there's a little woodpecker, and it's a little dragon at the same time, and he's nervous. But there's no reason for him to be nervous because the way is clear. I love that. That's so stinking cute. Okay, that was your message. It wasn't a long one, but it's a powerful one. No obstacles in your path. Even if it feels like it's cloudy, the way ahead is clear. I like that. I like that because, like I said, this is you having to have faith in spirit and trust that you are being taken care of, because sometimes we can't see the path ahead of us and we're being asked to move forward. Well, I can't see what's around the corner. Oh my God, I don't have a job. How are we going to do this? I don't have a place, blah, 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 blah. Right? To you, it's all cloudy. But to spirit, they're saying, no, it's not. It's cool. Path is clear. There's no obstacles in the way. And the key word for me is you're safe. You're safe. I like that. So that was Vicky, right? I think. Yes. So now it's Kirsten. You see the puppy? Oh, I've got so many people that are waving. I should go back and wave. How many people waved that I didn't see? This is neat. Uh-oh. Wave. Oh, well. Okay. Oh, Kirsten's next? Really? Sorry, I'm looking like you guys get to look up my nose, but I'm trying to see. Kirsten is next? Hi, Kimmy. Vicky, then Kirsten? Okay. Sorry. Kirsten, then Joy. Okay. Kirsten, you're getting the Archangel power. My landlord's all excited. Is it my Kirsten? If it's my Kirsten, my landlord's all excited about his cannabis oil. I mean, and can you explain to me if this is you, Kirsten? Maybe it's Kirsten Schreiber. I don't know which one it is. But if it's Kirsten, my Kirsten, I want to know what's the difference. I guess I could research it. But what's the difference between cannabis oil and CBD oil? I've always called it cannabis oil, and I got corrected. So, like I said, I'm always up for correction, right? I stand corrected. No worries. Man, I got to put the lights on in here. It's so dark. Okay. Ooh, like this. You got a good one. Yes, you are a powerful healer. Hold on, I'm waving at people. Wave. We're all powerful healers. See, that's the thing. That's our first mistake, is not knowing that. Am I still wanting to stick with 10? Why? Who's asking? How many have I done? And I got to turn this around and do this one. This is for Kirsten. Okay. This is awesome. I like reading the cards. First of all, the number 10 means that something's ended, right? There's an ending of some part of your life, moving into something else. 10 is a gateway, and Spirit wants you to walk through the gateway of whatever this ending is for you. Raphael is the healing angel, so that's always good, right? You can see this couple having a picnic, and you can see the kids in the background. So this looks like Canada, if this is my Kirsten. If it's the other Kirsten Schreiber, I don't know. Let's just read the card. For healing purposes, the best place for you to be is outside. This talks about a blending of families, is what I'm getting. Harmonious families. It talks about, well, I'll give you the little thing here. Love and blessings fill your life. Harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. Okay, but what I'm seeing here is this man, he's not working right now, and it's the middle of the week. He knows how important it is to spend time with his family. So that's the message. It's very important to spend time with your family. Take time away from work. Maybe you've been working too hard. Maybe you've been working too much. Maybe it's time to have a date with your partner to rekindle a little bit of romance. Maybe it's your family that is, somebody's feeling neglected. Maybe you need to have a discussion about that. But they're telling you that your family loves you. There's good relationships between you and children, maybe and it doesn't even have to be, it can be within your outside family as well. Yes, relationships can be a lot of hard work. Never mind can they be, they absolutely are, and they're can be a pain in the ass, right? But it's worth it. So it's telling you that no matter what's going on, the fact that what's being highlighted to me is Raphael, the healing. So there's a healing taking place in some part of your family. I need to know if this is my Kimberly. I mean, not Kimberly, I just looked up at Kimberly, sorry, hey Kim. Hi you, going to the zoo. Oh my God, that's hysterical. You're giving me a message. I need to know if this is my Kirsten, because it makes a difference with what I say to her. What is the last name of this Kirsten? Somebody please tell me. Because I'm seeing a healing in this family tree. That's what my emphasis. The rainbow comes after a storm. So there's a healing going on in this family tree. This is a really nice message to me, actually. I like this. Importance of spending time with one another. And look at, she's got flowers. And they got strawberries, I think. What have they got there? They got yummies. They got yummy stuff. And she's holding a flower. So he's brought her flowers. He's romancing her. She's leaning on him. They both feel very comfortable with each other. Is this my Kirsten from Canada? Is that what you meant by yes? Because if this is my Kirsten from Canada, her work is healing so many families, is what I want her to know. What she's doing is healing so many families. Healer, heal thyself. She's the one who sent me the cannabis or the CBD oil. So that's a really important message. Otherwise, there's a healing within a family because it's in the family tree. I'm looking at this gazebo. Somebody might be getting married in somebody's family or an anniversary coming up. We know that this message applies to not just the person I'm reading for, but for others. But the big emphasis to me is, since we were talking about this all day, the fact that this person here is wearing a green outfit, a green shirt, and everything here is green, and this is Raphael, and the healing symbol is right there in that tree. There is an absolute healing going on in this family. I'm getting prickles in my left hand, in my heart hand. So, and in order to heal issues with your family, you need to spend time together. You need to communicate. You need to lean on each other. You need to express your feelings. This is about stressful times ending. It's happy romantic. I mean, this is a freaking amazing message. I can't think of anything bad about this. Even if you have hard work. And the hard work, these are all the things that you need to do. I love this. I gotta swipe your comments back to see. Okay, that's your message. And all I got was yes. So I'm hoping that that was my my Kirsten up in Canada. I've done 7 now? Okay. 5 more? Jeez. Let me ask Spirit. Blaine? Okay, that's interesting. I had a friend of mine from Canada just write to me. Remember, Kim? Remember the guy that I was talking to named Blaine? He wrote to me out of the blue yesterday. That's a message to me right now. That's interesting. Okay, so Spirit wants me to reconsider. So apparently I'm going to take those 5, but I am going to close it off after that. Because I'll be here for the rest of my life. Okay? So I'm going to have to hoof it. And the next person, who am I reading for? Because their card already just flipped out. Who is it? Good Lord. Kirsten. Who comes after Kirsten? Oh my God, you guys. It's got to go a lot faster than this. Joy, Lydia, Karen, and Gina. Oh my God. Okay, so Joy, your message is within the next few months. So whatever it is that you have been wondering about, things open up for you within the next few months. I know this card is this is a very well-loved card, so it looks like a bit of a disaster, and you can't really see the picture, but you've got basically angels up here heralding announcements. You've got angels down here. You've got a golden path leading you to the pot of gold, basically, at the end of the rainbow, and this is a rainbow. This card is just thrashed. Maybe I need to get a new deck. But whatever it is that you were asking about possibly doing, or wondering about when something's going to happen, or when should I do something, it's within the next few months. It's about divine timing. So other people are involved. Everyone has free will. So Spirit wants you to keep the faith while all of the, whatever the different pieces of the puzzle are that need to come into effect fall together. So that's your message. That was a quick one, but that was your message. Here. That was Joy. So now it's Lydia, then Karen, and then Gina. Okay, hold on. I probably don't have to keep putting you down sideways. It's annoying. Let me see. What deck? What deck do they want you? Ooh. Okay, geez. They're giving me I was going to say an expensive deck. Why? They're giving you an expensive deck. Somebody's building me a deck and it's expensive. Yay! They're giving you an expensive deck. I said, can I have, oh, that's so funny. Somebody's building me an extensive deck. So I have to look up spiritually what would a deck represent. Unless they're really doing that, they're giving you an expensive deck. A deck spiritually. Oh, well, actually, I'll tell you. I'm in the middle of making a deck, but it's not going to be expensive, but it's very valuable. It could mean that they're giving you an expensive deck. That's a message to me. Okay. I like that message. But somebody could be building me an expensive deck. What could it mean? I need to look that up. That's a message. What does deck mean? And maybe it doesn't have a meaning, and that's going to be my little clue. Let's see. Life is like a deck of cards. We put on a poker face and x-ray the deck of our opponent while ignoring. Now this is funny because somebody sat in front of me and did that. Tried to play face poker on Sunday. And they did really good until the end. Put on your Forrest Gump accent. Life is a deck of cards. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes I like to hide my cards. We all do. We put on our poker faces and x-ray the deck of our opponent while ignoring the hand we've been dealt. I think that's called cheating in the game of cards, but not so in the game of life. Ha ha! You're such a shit. This is to my twin. He's telling me this. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? Do you have the ace of spades? Do you take pride in your position? Or are you stuck with the meaningless cards that won't earn you any points or help you take the lead? We never know what we're going to get. Sometimes the cards seem unnecessary, but all the while they're filling our hand and keeping us in the game. Don't quit. You haven't lost yet. In fact, you won't lose in the game of life if you keep your eyes on your own cards first. Be thankful for the hand you've been dealt and work with it. Don't let those cards work you. It's not about what you've been dealt, but the cards that you choose to put down. Remember yesterday, it's time to put it down. Something my uncle used to teach me. I was a very competitive card shark as a youngster and often tried to outwit my opponents by trying to figure out what the cards were in their hands. It never worked. Jesus spoke in parables. He didn't just leave the audience riddled. He often explained the meaning of the parable. I will now attempt to bring practical meaning and spiritual application. The deck of cards represents blessings and trials, worldly goods and internal treasures. Some of you have been dealt sickness, a job loss, heartache, and betrayal. Not all of your cards are losing cards. Look at the rest of the deck. You have cards that can help you win. They are the lowly cards. At the first glance, you might not think that they carry a lot of weight, but they do. I know that I have internal treasures: love, faith, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control, and I often take them for granted. But they outweigh any worldly goods. I don't have a lot of tangible stuff like wealth and fame, but according to Spirit, I couldn't hold on to those cards forever. I can take this with me to the bank. Blessed are the poor. Okay. That's how my higher self works. When your higher self says something and you find yourself saying something, follow it. That was freaking amazing. Not only was my twin talking to me, I was answering him back by Spirit. And that was an answer and a message to all of you. That was freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. I say, that was my expensive deck. Spirit is building you an expensive deck. That's amazing. You think that the cards that you're holding are the ones that are of value, and the job that you had that you lost was of value, and those people, those ones that are using you, those toxic people, you need to drop those cards and stop playing poker face. Be honest and recognize the cards that you have in your hand and play them properly. I love that. Freaking love that. Gotta go, hit the road. Have fun, Kimmy. Say hi to the bear. Hi, Greg. My friend is from Wisconsin. Okay. You don't know where we are? I just finished reading for, I don't even know who I finished reading for. Let me see who I read for. Actually, I didn't read. I just read for, shit. I was going to just start to read for somebody, and then I got that message that someone was building me an expensive deck. Hold on, I'll see who it is. Kirsten, Joy, Lydia. So was that Lydia? And maybe I'll see, it's either Lydia or Karen. I think it might be Lydia. Whoever it is, I'm reading for you next. Tell me who it is. Hey, Greg. Nice to see you too. Okay. Hey, did you find a place for the raccoon? The baby raccoon? Greg rescued a baby raccoon. Oh my God, you just gave me a huge message. Oh, that was awesome. Anyway, I'm reading for the next person, and you're getting it from, when I said the expensive deck, I meant the, it's a lot of work for me to read from this deck, but you're getting it from the Shadows and Light. So it's either Lydia or, you got a great home form? Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Okay. I don't know who, I'm just going to read. I need you, Nikki. It's one of those two people. If you haven't been kicked off. Lydia or Karen, okay? That's who I'm reading for. Oops. Sorry. That wasn't too sexy. That wasn't too sexy. Sorry. Okay. So from the Oracle of Shadows and Light, I love this. I gotta save this page. That was freaking awesome. Okay. Prayer for neutrality. I think this is Lydia. Wow. All right. So you're not liking somebody right now at all. You're telling them to get the fuck away from you. Spirit is actually telling you to get them the fuck away from you. Let me see who's talking to me. This is... No, I don't know. I didn't get Joy. I thought I was doing Lydia. Joy, you always get confused. Do you? Because your phone keeps going in and out, right? Where the hell is Nikki? I lost my... See, this is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to do 10 if she disappears on me. What I had was Joy, Lydia, and Karen. Okay, so if this is you, Joy, this is your card. No, I read for you. I read for you already. You got within the next few months. That was you. This is for Lydia. So, Lydia, Spirit's telling you that right now there's somebody in your energy that you're not liking. Somebody's crossing your boundaries, and they're not getting the hint. They're either not getting the hint, or you're not being loud enough about it. Somebody is... What's going on is you're overstepping your instincts. You're not paying attention. They're stepping over your boundaries. They are messing with your energy. You're not paying attention. You know that you should say, you're crossing my boundaries, and you're not. You're trying to be the nice person, and Spirit doesn't want you to be nice. Spirit wants you to tell them to fuck off. Like, straight up. Literally. They do. And you don't have to start by saying that, but you need to make it very, very clear, because somebody is either... pretending to help you, like saying that they're doing something to help you, but they're opportunistic. They're using you. They're either using you, or they're stepping over your boundaries. They're pushing it. They're taking advantage of you being too nice. The energy doesn't feel well, and you need them to back off. And so it might be difficult for someone like you to say something like that, but you aren't liking their energy. So even though you're trying to be kind, you need to detach from whatever it is. Now, it may not be a person. It could be a situation. It could be a job. I don't know. Whatever it is it's irritating you. It's draining your energy, and it's pushing your buttons. So it needs to stop. And Spirit's saying, we don't mind looking like this. They don't mind me swearing and flipping the camera off because that's what they want. They're right now. It's like there's people that are using energetic binding spells with me, right? Trying to use that bullshit in my life, and Spirit's saying, "You think that that's going to do anything? Really? Like, tell yourself a different story because you're the one that's being banished, and you need to get the hell out of my energy. You're not welcome here." And if they don't get that and they don't step out, and they mistaken your energy for you can come back in again, then you need to stop being so nice and straight up say it. Banishing time. This is for Lydia. So I'm getting this for Lydia. I mean, I got joy for the 3 months, but if this resonates for joy, yes, yours was in a few months. That's what I understood. I don't know what happened to Nikki. I don't know where she went. So, because what I got was it's Lydia now, Karen, and then Tracy. Okay? So right now, I've got Karen. That was Lydia. This is now Karen. There you go. All right. So, they put you down while we shuffle. Yeah, I love this deck too. It can get pretty gnarly. Oh, you're getting the magical messages from the fairies, because we got to counteract that toxicity and that negativity with something else. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I love that. Spirit they're building you an expensive deck. I like that. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Karen. All right, Karen got. Okay. All right, so Karen's message is admit your true feelings to yourself, because there might be something that you've been not wanting to admit. Maybe there's something you're not quite sure on, but only you're the only one. It's not up to anyone else. It's about you, how you feel, and what it is that you want. And Spirit says that there's something that we've been hiding from ourselves. And what is it? And sometimes we don't know. I don't know sometimes. When Spirit tells me something, I don't know sometimes. I really don't. I'm like, really? Because it's your ego that's doing it, not your higher self. And so sometimes our ego is really smart, and they're sneaky. And they want to undermine us. So right now, our emotions are accurate. They're true. So Spirit wants you to go down into your gut and feel. What are the deepest feelings that you have right now? What are your deepest feelings? Not what your mind is telling you. They want you to be honest with yourself about something. Because your stomach, that's your true north. That's going to point you where you need to really, truly go. And that's where the answers come from. But it also talks about, if it's not about that specifically, because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think I'm hiding anything from myself, am I? I don't know. If I am, Spirit's going to have to smack me, okay? Because right now I don't think I'm hiding it, because I think I'm pretty authentic. So for you, it might be the same thing. It might be that Spirit's telling you that you need to allow other people to see your true authentic self. I think that you're pretty good with that too. So I got to look at this card. See, I think you're pretty authentic. But it might be that sometimes we get a choice about something, and there are other people in our lives, and we're being encouraged to follow a path that feels right to us. We have to stand in our integrity, and we got to face our fear. So I don't know what it is for you, Karen, and maybe you don't either, and maybe this is what Spirit needs to point out for you. But they're talking about the changes, some changes that have to be made. And when you make the changes, you want them to be in the most harmonious way possible. So if there's something that we're hiding from ourselves, or something that we want, that we're not openly admitting, or if there's something that we feel like we shouldn't say to somebody, they're telling us to be authentic. That's all I can say. I'm just trying to think of for myself. I know that what I was trying to do was I was trying to I know for myself, I'll give myself as an example. This game that's going on with my twin soul and I, it's a game. And it was a poker face game, and it's stupid. I don't like games, but I was trying to play it for a little while. And I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play the game. So that's the truth. I don't like masks, and I don't pretend ever. I'm very real. So I admit that I was trying to go along with what they were trying to do. But sometimes, and I just felt like it was what they wanted, right? So I was going to play along, but I know what Spirit's telling me, and I know what the truth is, and I get it, and I'm not going to fake it. So that's just what I'm using as an example, because I'm not a liar. I'm very authentic, but I was willing to do that, and Spirit's saying not to do it, no matter what anybody thinks. So maybe that will help. I don't know. So that was Karen. I already did Lydia. Right? So Lydia, well then why did it come up again? If Lydia had that, if Lydia was read for carnelian, I don't remember. If Lydia was read for carnelian, then that was for the one that I gave for Lydia was the next person. So see, this is confusing to me. That's why I need a secretary. I'm looking at what was written, and I got Lydia. I'm looking at this right in front of me. It says, so it's Lydia, Karen, Tracy. That's what I'm looking at. So you guys are going to have to keep track of, all I can do is do what I'm told. So I'm moving on to Tracy right now. And then Charles. To discover unconscious blocks. Okay, so Karen did get that. Okay. Juan, you're so awesome. We need to do a show again. Okay. I'm going to do... who did I just say I'm going to do? Oh, holistic kinesiology. That's what my mother was. Go into it. That's amazing. Do it. Anything that we can do as far as healing, Spirit says yes. Go for that. That's so awesome. Oh my God. I'm on Gina? Okay, you guys are confusing me. I'm looking at a list right in front of me. Karen, Gina. So I'm going to Gina. Okay, I'm going to Gina. Turning you around. I'm going to Gina. My head's starting to hurt. Ah! Okay. And you are getting a message from the Fairy Tarot by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. The only reason I like these collaborative decks is I like the pictures. I like to read them. But also I like the collab because Doreen Virtue I'm not a fan of. She denounced all of this. She did a real number. She went back to the church and was trying to get money from that and did a real number on the whole spiritual community. But she's in these particular decks she's working with Radley Valentine, and I like the male-female perspective. Women look at things one way and men look at things in a different way, and we need both perspectives. That's why in relationships you got to have an equal partnership, because you got to have a guy who's willing to listen to his wife or girlfriend, and you got to have a wife or girlfriend who's willing to listen to the guy, because we see things differently for a reason, right? I see things my way, my twin sees things his way. Neither one of us is better than the other, but together we're freaking awesome, right? So we got to take both perspectives. That's just a side point. Women are really good at some things and men are really good at some other things, and I got to tell you, I can have sex with myself, but it doesn't feel as good as having sex with a guy. Okay. No worries, Nikki. Thank you for doing this. Okay, Gina. Woo! Card bounced right off the table. Heck yeah. Okay. Now this is a dark card, so I'm hoping you guys can read this like I'm going to read it. I'll try. So it's 8 of summer. It's kind of dark. So I can't open the window, it's worse. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, remember I said I'd rather be with a guy that has a backpack than a rich guy that is not spiritual and is an asshole? Right here, the desire for more meaningful life, realizing it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Go into the forest with your backpack. 8. The number 8 signifies abundance, right? It's an infinity symbol. So the infinity symbol, Spirit says that you will be provided with everything that you need, an infinite supply of everything you need. The fact that it's summer is super cool because that's where we're at. So right now, you've got a desire to move on to something. You're following the light. I am. And look at the color of the backpack. It's green. And her dress is green, and her wings are green. It's all about healing and love. So remember what Spirit said? Don't take the money. Go for love. And I don't know how it affects other people in this. And why does this not go in? Come on, I'm trying to zoom this back out. Come on. God. My camera is annoying. Okay. So that might be something, well, isn't that it might be. It's absolutely telling you. This is the search for something more meaningful in your life. It's kind of like when my ex-husband and I split up, right? He wanted to go date everybody in the world. He had a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday girl, right? He did. And we hung out on Saturday, Sunday. His was about partying. He's like, I want to have fun. And I said, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. You know, I just got divorced. And there's got to be something better. And so I went on my spiritual path. And this is what's going on. You want something more meaningful. It's time. This is Mercury retrograde. This is a time that we have things that we're thinking about. This is the time that we are, you know, seeing how far we've come and how far we have to go. And at this point, this is about leaving a situation that is no longer in our highest good. And we've made the choice on our own. It's not something that's being pushed upon us. And even if it's challenging, it's going to be an adventure. Look at that. That looks like lots of fun to me, actually. And maybe whatever the changes are, you know, it's one step at a time. You don't have to, you know, dive in with everything. Until you get the changes, until you get where it is that you're wanting to go, then you can go for it, right? But Spirit's basically saying they want you to evaluate the situation that you're in honestly and openly, and then move where it's going to be happier for you. And Spirit's telling you you're ready. Because as you can see with this little fairy, she's packed. She's got her backpack. She's packed her shit. She's on her way. And she's chosen a path for herself. That's what I like. This isn't about someone else choosing your path. This is about you choosing your path. And look what's in front of you, the light. That's all we need to do is follow our true north, follow the light, stay on our spiritual path. So that's the message, but there's also other messages. It could be that you are moving. It could be that you will be relocating. It could be a job change for you. It's definitely a turning point in your life. It could be, you know, different ideas. It could be you're leaving the home that you're in, like the home area, or maybe a search for knowledge, like Karen was saying. She was thinking she would really like to go into holistic kinesiology, right? So you could be leaving one aspect of what you've been doing. This is a time when this kind of stuff happens. This is when we change things completely and go in a completely different direction. It's about spiritual growth. We're moving on up, right? We're ascending. And clearly there's more to what's going on than what we're seeing right now. There's more to this. We want more. So that's your message. I like that message a lot because I feel like I'm moving somewhere. I don't know where. So, Tracy, okay. You're welcome. Perfect. Okay, Tracy. Let me get a drink of water. The crystal angels want to talk to you. Okay. The crystal angels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Crystal angels. Crystal angels. This has come up a couple times, so this is an emphasis on this. You just saw a hawk or a vulture. Okay, so the vulture is death, transformation, and rebirth. So that would make sense. The hawk says a message is coming. Pay attention, and this was your message. I just want to, before I lose track, I need to get an update again about who's next. This is Tracy. Okay, so amethyst. I told you I keep my twin in an amethyst cave. This is a protective crystal. This is a healing crystal. It keeps you calm. But amethyst is coming forward to say, and we've already gotten this message, so like I said, this is being emphasized, double emphasis on this, that they want you to reveal your true self. They want you to be authentic. They want others to see you for who you truly are. There's no point in me pretending that I don't swear. Right? I don't swear all the time, but I purposely do. Do you know, I want you guys to know this. I purposely swear on these live readings. There's a reason I do that. And because I don't actually swear like this in my regular life, unless, I mean I do, but not like this, not in like regular conversation. I do it because sometimes people have a perception of what a spiritual person is, right? And a lot of times, because we were raised by religion, we believe that a spiritual person is this way. I will tell you that I almost missed out on a really cool relationship because this person thought that I was too uptight because I was a spiritual teacher. Oh, she'll never go for this, right? She'll never go for this. And I was told that by somebody, and I'm like, really? I mean, I'm not going to tell you what it was. It was pretty personal. But I started to talk to the person, and they were like, oh my God, I wasn't even going to go there at all, because I thought this is going to offend her. She's got to pull up her ass. She's a spiritual person, and, you know, she's the angel's whisper, right? Who says that angels don't swear? Who says that angels don't bite and they don't like sex? Who says that we're not, I mean, I am as real can get, right? I'm a spiritual person, but I know how to have sex and I like it. And I like to bite and I like adventure and I do swear. And I have no problem if you're gay, because as Juan can attest, he's one of my, I love him. I have no problem with that, right? So I will purposely come out here and say something that's shocking. Sometimes I do it on purpose because I want to be approachable. I want everybody to feel comfortable coming to this page and listening to the message that Spirit has to give, because there are people that aren't going to want to listen to what Spirit has to say by that holier than thou preacher coming from the platform that says you're going to go to hell if you masturbate. I grew up being taught that masturbation was a sin. Well, I haven't been in a relationship for a long time, and if I didn't masturbate, I'd be swearing a lot more, you know? And if I don't know how my body feels and what it likes, no one else is going to know, because I won't be able to tell them. I had a rotten sex life when I was married. I really did. I didn't learn about this until after my divorce 11 years ago. I had never masturbated, ever. And I know you're thinking, what does this have to do with me? A lot. Because we have to be our authentic self. If we are not our authentic self, opportunities are closed to us. People are closed to us. We will miss out on friendships. We will miss out on romance. We will miss out on job opportunities. And you know what? I was told by my boss, my last boss, that the reason I wasn't able to go back to the job that I worked at was because when I went away on my spiritual journey, I came back and I had this path. Right? I worked for that company for 14 years and I had a huge clientele. The people were worried that I was going to steal back my clients because I gave my clients to other people. But the truth of the real matter was, my boss is very religious. And he said, I don't want you to talk about that. He thought that this is sinful. He thought that that I'm dealing with, just like my son, thinks that, you know, she talks to angels, these tarot cards, this has to do with demons. And it doesn't. And people that are asleep don't understand. Right? And so I wasn't allowed to talk about my spiritual work. And you can imagine what my father thought about that, right? I'm sorry, you're staying in a place where they tell you that you can't speak about my work to them? You gotta go. He kept trying to get me fired. Our father kept trying to get me fired. And I got myself back in because I was scared. I was supposed to follow my spiritual path. finally, he had me go to Wisconsin, and I got stuck in a snowstorm, and I missed my flight, and I got fired. And it was the third time. And I was like, this is ridiculous, right? And so I was sitting at the airport, and I talked to my best friend, and I said, I just got fired. What the hell am I going to do? I've just spent 3 weeks in Wisconsin. I spent my money. I got no job. And she goes, what were you supposed to do that you didn't do? And I was supposed to end something that was in Wisconsin, and I didn't fully do it properly. So I had to stay. That's why the trip was extended. But what I truly didn't do was I didn't quit my job. I was supposed to do my spiritual work. If you are in a place where you can't be your own true authentic self, you're in the wrong place. Whether that means a job, whether that means a relationship, whether that means your family. My son has cut me out of his life because he's a Jehovah's Witness and I'm a sinner. My twins family doesn't want him with me, so he's not in my life because of what I do. My boss didn't want me to go back to that job unless I promised not to talk about my spiritual work. All of the above, my answer to all of that was that. That was my answer. Because this is my path, this is who I am, and you either love me for who I am, all of who I am, or I don't need to be in your life because you're not an asset to me. And that job wasn't an asset to me. My son is my son. He is my soulmate and I love him, but he is toxic to me. He thinks I'm toxic to him, but that's toxic. Anything that causes you to be anything but your authentic self is toxic to you. If you fake it and put on a mask and try and blend in, try and make people happy, you will draw people to you like that fake person you're putting out. You won't draw to you what is in your highest good. My twin will draw to him what he puts out. If he continues to put on a fake mask and do what everybody else wants him to do, falls into fear, he will draw to him that. That's his lesson, that's not mine. What do? We stay on our spiritual path. So for you, they want you to know that if you allow yourself to be authentic, truthfully, 100% who you are, you will be loved for who you are. Not for what you're trying to fake, not for what you're trying to fit in. And I'm not saying that you're trying to fake something, but sometimes we do things to please people, like that's my son, or I need this job, right? But sometimes your job requires you to do things that are unethical morally. They are. I mean, you could work for the military and in a specific type of field or whatever, and what they're asking you to do goes against your moral conscience. Then you get a dismissal. I don't care if I'd have to get it in, what is that called? A dishonorable discharge? If I had to be dishonorably discharged from something that was going against my moral integrity, I have no problem with that. If I have to be cut out of my family, if I have to be dropped by my own twin soul, you lose. Not me. So that's what they're trying to tell you. That's what I'm getting. And that's what the amethyst message is telling you right now. Juan, you're so freaking awesome. I have my own cheerleader. You've loved the way I'm gonna give myself a pat because I don't know if people can see this, and I don't normally do this, but I do want to say this. Juan, my friend Juan, he's gay, right? Now, if following my son's religion, the way I was raised, that goes against what their belief system is, right? They'd huck that out. Juan and I did a live, I think it was like this. It was like this. And it was so much fun. And he's so freaking amazing. He just wrote, like I said, one of the most real amazing folks I know. I've always loved the way you read. Because, you know why? Is because I read what I'm truly feeling, and I mess up sometimes, right? And sometimes I offend people, but this is who I am. And you don't have to be on my channel if you don't like it. There's a lot of other channels that people can go to, right? But I am going to be open, and I am going to be available to people who other people don't welcome. Because there's a lot of people that don't feel welcome. And that sucks. I'm not here to judge anybody. God says, if for the Bible thumpers out there, and I was raised with the Bible. I was raised with it up until 11 years ago. God says from the platform, you're going to go to hell. Actually, we didn't believe in hell. Jehovah's Witnesses, this is hell. But a lot of other people, we believe in, you're going to go to hell if you divorce your husband. You're going to go to hell if you masturbate. You're going to go to hell if you're gay. You're going to go to hell. You're going to have all these things happen. Now, I'm here to tell you, you don't stay in a marriage. I stayed in a marriage for 10 abusive years because I had been divorced. And I didn't want to bring that shame upon my family. Well, what ended up happening was my children saw two people who did not love each other, who were, one was being abused, another was allowing themselves to be abused. And then my kids were taught that it's okay to stay in a marriage with someone that you don't love. And it's okay for somebody to treat you that way. My daughter was shown that, and my son was shown that. And you know, my son, who stayed in that religion, needs to be a lot nicer to his wife than he is. But he saw that growing up. And my daughter allowed herself to be hurt. That was me that did that. Because I stayed where I shouldn't have stayed. When your soul contract is up, it's up. Whether you have taken a vow, vows are very serious. And yes, God takes marriage very seriously. It's not something that I take lightly. I have been married several times, and there are reasons. I don't have to explain to you what they are, but I'll tell you. One, my mom chased him away. He literally did. It was awful. I loved the man. I wouldn't have left him. There was a lot of things that happened. I was a little girl. The next one, abusive for 10 years. The next one, molested my daughter. And then the last one, I have been married 4 times. And that is probably one reason why my twins family thinks that I've got this big scarlet A on the back of my back, right? He's a nice person, but he wasn't a spiritual man. And I loved him deeply, but I was not in love with him. And it wasn't honorable to be there. He was my best friend. It wasn't fair to him. He needed somebody that would worship the ground he walked on, and so did I. And we weren't sexually compatible. I'm telling you all this really personal stuff because people need to hear this shit. I didn't want to get divorced. I would have stayed because he was my best friend, and I'd been married. This was my 4th marriage, right? He's the one who said it. He goes, you know what? I'm not happy. And it's the truth. We weren't happy. And when you're not happy, you're not supposed to stay there, wherever it is. So this card, amethyst, wherever you are, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a job, whether it's a whatever, if you're not happy, don't stay there for anybody else. Now, of course, you want to do everything you can to try and fix the situation, right? But there were reasons. Sorry, lipstick. There were reasons that soul contract ended between Ken and I didn't know at the time. I was brokenhearted. I was mad. Why did this happen again? Why does this keep happening to me? I'm a really good mom. I'm a really good wife. I've never cheated on anybody. And I don't go out and sleep around with people. I bet that I have slept with fewer people than most people that have only been married once. I'm not promiscuous. But Spirit knew what was happening. I was about to go on this huge spiritual journey, right? And he's not a part of that at all. And he's gotten a little bit better, but he got the person that he deserved, who ended up being my best friend. Everything happens for a reason. So don't feel guilty if you've tried and you just don't feel it and your marriage needs to end. Don't let your children see you in a marriage that you're miserable. Don't stay in a marriage when you're gay and pretend and have your lover on the side because you're saving face. That happens a lot. So there we go. That all needed to be said. So now you can probably understand why I don't date people. I've taken 11 years to, I won't just be with anyone. I don't date. I mean, I've been married so many times. I've been married 4 times, you know. The next time I get married, it's going to be forever. And Spirit knows that, and that's just the way it is. I feel like, the only one I would ever marry at this point in my life is my twin soul. And that's not happening, so I'm single. So, and for me, and I'm saying this because I'm sure it has messages for other people. Dating is not a recreation. It's not okay to date people for fun. My ex did that. Remember I told you he became the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday girl, right? And I did my spiritual. And we used to argue about it. And I would say, they're falling in love with you. It's not fair. You're hurting people. And they have kids. It's not okay. And he would say, they know where they stand. And I said, no, it's not. He goes, it's not my fault. I said, it is your fault. It is your fault. Because you know that person is in love with you. So don't fuck around with people. If you're not going to go there with someone, if that's not your intention, dating isn't recreation. It's not cool. hang out with people, but people don't seem to understand that. There are people's feelings involved, and people have children that get attached to you, and then you just move on. You know, that's not okay. It's not okay. Thank you. You guys are rocking. I don't know who's next. That's why I'm off to the coast for a visit with friends. Seem to be able to be myself at the beach. Having fun. They like who you are. Go where they like who you are. Go where they. That's why I always went back to Wisconsin, because I loved them, and I was myself. You know, I don't fake it. I mean, I don't fake it anyway. But anyway, who's next? Isn't it funny how stuff comes up? And it's funny because sometimes I do hear, like, don't say that, or don't do that, or no. You think I just tell everything, but I don't. And when I say things, it's because I'm told. So, you're welcome. Gina, Tracy. So this is, wow, was that for Tracy? Was that for Tracy? Oh, okay, this is for Tracy. I was like, wow, okay. I'm going to put you guys back down again, okay? Second. All right. So you're getting a message from the animals, from your animal companions. Look at that. It's 2:44. My daughter's going to kill me. She's waiting for me to bring her orchid and her wound medicine. Can you tell me how many people I'm on right now? I haven't worked today, and I'm going to have to rush off to while there's visiting hours. Okay, so this is for Tracy. Correct neutrality on all levels. Can you tell me how many people I've read for, or how many people are left, please? For Tracy. Okay, if this is for Tracy, is this okay? Hold on. I will, Juan. Tracy and then Charles. Okay, my question is, not my question. Yeah, it is a question. Is this for Tracy Wardlaw? It's important if I know if this is Tracy Wardlaw. Because if this is for Tracy Wardlaw, you need to take this to heart. I said this to you the other day, and I want you to take this to heart. This dog represents love, unconditional love, loyalty, and friendship. Okay? And protection, because it's a German Shepherd. Who is your best friend? Should be your husband, right? Your husband's telling you, I am happy, all is well. And you need to trust that. You hear me? And whatever you need to do to keep that thought in your mind is what you need to do. You need to say those same words to yourself, because it doesn't just represent your husband, it also represents you, because you should be his best friend, right? I am happy. All is well. Anytime that you get those thoughts that keep popping up into your mind, that's what you're going to say. I am happy, all is well. I am happy, all is well. My husband is happy, all is well. Anything else that tries to come in, you're cut, cancel, clear, delete. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm not listening to that. It is not important to me. I am happy, all is well. I am happy, all is well. And that's all I'm going to say, and that's your message. And right now it's a message to me that that dog at the beach is happy and all is well, and that makes me really, really happy. That's all I want to hear. Okay, so we went over. I read for 11, 3 left. Okay, Tracy Wardlaw. Okay, she needed to hear that. Okay, so I read for 11, 3 left. So who were the 3? That was Tracy. So Charles and then Juan, right? It's interesting because I can get the messages here, but then when I look on my computer, they don't show up for like 5 minutes. It's really weird. I went to look up something. Oh, I did. Hold on. I did go to look up something. Okay, hold on a second. There was something. Oh, wow, there's a light. All along, okay. Check it out. I could have put the light on this whole time. Isn't that funny? Think about that. I could have put the light on this whole time. Something I didn't put the light on that I just put the light on. Okay, so German Shepherd. So we're talking about the dog. And since it's such a short message, the dog meaning, I told you that the dog talks about protection, right? Loyalty. You think about other things with the dog as well, though. Devotion. I love the word devotion. So in a marriage or in a relationship, your best friend, you should be devoted to your best friend. And your best friend should be devoted to you. The German Shepherd and every dog, you think about dogs, they're brave. They'll do anything for their owner. They'll do anything for their best friend. The dog is also a spiritual aid, right? They help clear your energy. So they've got a lot of duties. Now, specific dog breeds. If you have a specific dog breed, there are different messages for specific dog breeds. This particular message is a German Shepherd. And you guys can look it up yourself to find out what the different messages are for the different breeds. But this dog has a message for you. And the dog's telling you, and we know what this is regarding, Tracy. Pursue your passions fearlessly, no matter where it takes you. Okay? You've got a plan. Tracy's going to open up her own spiritual page, and she's going to offer readings, and she's going to do this work. And she needs to follow that passionately, no matter where it takes her. Now, as I said, sometimes we think we're going in a direction and it goes somewhere else. So, no matter where it takes you, it may not be what you think. You may start out as one thing and end up being something else. So, Spirit's telling you, of course, you already realize that we're not alone, right? And being that we're talking about family here, because that's what that was my highlight. See, now, for other people, it may not have been the main message. But for me, that's what popped up, was your husband and your family. So, your family and your friends, they're important allies in anything that you want to achieve. And you can find that peace within this family by being a friend to yourself. And you be a friend to yourself by telling yourself, I am happy, all is well. Okay? You're also being told right now, because of this particular dog, that they want you to be alert to the small changes around you, because they're very observant. It's about knowing when to act or make the next move on whatever it is. So right now also, they're telling you they want you to pay very close attention to the people around you that need care and any kind of assistance. Right now, specifically, somebody right now might just need you to listen. So that came out. So I just had to bring that up. Okay, so Charles and then Juan. Okay, cool. So Charles, and you know what? That's always funny because that's your husband's name, right? Charles, it's a big long name. It always throws me when I say that because it's a woman. Okay. 2 more messages and let's see who we go to. That was perfect for Tracy. Okay, we're going to go to the Magdalene Oracle. The Magdalene Oracle. Boy, this is long, hey? I'm trying to think of what I should title this. Healing for your mind, body, and soul. Because we started with our body. And all of this is about our mind, and it's all about our soul. Okay. Magdalene Oracle for Fred. Confusion. Huh. Interesting. You know, I got a hit on this, and it might have something to do with you, so I'm going to speak about it. When my boss, he's old school, right? Old-fashioned values, and his name was Fred. We kind of had a little bit of an issue between us because he wanted things done his way. It was his way or the highway. He was not open to new ideas. He was very set in his ways. And my father could never remember any of my friends' names, ever. So, you know, we'd tell them their names over and over again. He would always call them by a different name, and it was really embarrassing. You know, he never could remember anyone's name. He couldn't remember my husband's name. He can never remember my kids' names. It's crazy. So I thought, you know, I'm going to give him a piece of his own medicine. So I decided to do something. I lived on my parents' property, right? They had this beautiful, giant, huge estate, and I lived in another house. There was another house with a room up above, and that's where I lived. And he would get up really early to go to work, and I would yell out the window, you know, hi to him, you know, when he would leave, or I would see him coming home, and I'd say, hey, Dad. So I thought I would do this differently. And I yelled out, bye, Fred. And he waved back, and he goes, bye. Do you know I called him that for years, and it never clued? He never clued in. I called him Fred for years. Did it ever cross his mind, why is my daughter calling me Fred? Maybe he never even paid attention. So that's a message. Your own father, you can call him by a different name and he doesn't even notice? It tells you something, doesn't it? Talk about somebody being in their head. And now I see this card, confusion. So you've got a lot of confusion in your head. So much so that when we have confusion in our head, we don't notice things. Things pass us by. We miss opportunities. We don't notice that somebody's calling us by a different name. Sometimes we're so set in our ways that we aren't able to look outside the box. Right now, they're showing me, Spirit is showing me that your confusion is about a decision. And you don't know which way to go. You're trying to decide, you know, what would I love and what should I do? Now, we all know, after what I just said, that I'm not going to go for what I should do anymore, ever. I'm going to go for what I love, right? Because we have to be authentic. So there's the first message. That's your first clue. The best course of action right now, sometimes, maybe we don't know. We're a little confused with that. I really don't know what I want. So then step back. We don't have to make a decision right now. Don't put any pressure on yourself. You can give yourself a little bit of time, take a little bit of time away, you know, because when you do that and you stop, and probably this is why I'm not working right now. I'm getting so many messages right now, and then I'm going to go after I finish this to see my daughter. I'm going to bring her orchid and her all this wound medicine and make her take it all. I'm not thinking about what's been on my mind. My mind is busy with all of this, right? And when we go do something else, like wash your car, clean your house, you know, when you get stressed out or you're frustrated or you're angry or whatever, Spirit says to do something mindless, like scrub the floor, clean out your refrigerator. I'm a cleaner, so I always go to cleaning, right? I'm a cleaner, that's what I do. I'm laughing at myself right now because when I went to find out what I could do to help Merlin, my dragonfish, clean the tank, I said, are there any snails or are there any shrimps or anything, what I can get, you know, to clean the tank? And I keep thinking about Dory and Nemo and the cleaner fish and how I'm laughing because I'm the cleaner. That cracks me up. So when you're doing that, you're not thinking about anything except for that. And you know, I find that I get my biggest epiphanies when I'm vacuuming or when I'm washing my car or when I'm doing something else completely not to do with whatever is confusing me. I'll just go and I'll sit at the hospital with my daughter and I'll bring her this stuff and somebody will come in and they'll say something and I will get my answer. It just happens. That's what happens. So Spirit's asking for you, for whatever it is that you're trying to decide or whatever confusion you might be having about something, drop it. Pull back. There's no need to make a decision right now. You got to take a break from it and allow some peace to come into your life because this just looks like a mess. You know? So maybe you already know what you want to do. Maybe you already know and the confusion is because you're going to hurt somebody's feelings or it's not going to be accepted or whatever. But the truth of the matter is we can only please ourselves. We have to please ourselves. And it is important for us to be selfish. It actually is. You know, I was raised to not be selfish, and I'm very, very generous, and I always give more to others, and I take the least amount for myself, right? There's a difference between that kind of stuff. I started to realize that I've done that my whole life, and I have always taken less for myself, and I deserve more. And so I'm not going to take shreds when it comes to love and in relationships. I'm not going to take shreds when it comes to friendships. If I'm there for you all the time, and the one time I need you and I call you and you're not there, don't expect me to be hanging around, right? You need to honor what you feel in your heart, and you need to honor yourself. And sometimes that means taking some time to yourself, away from whatever obligations or other people expect. But it's always about doing what feels right to you and what feels good for you. Not, a lot of times people get, oh, it feels right to me to do this because I should be giving to this person. Or, you know, oh, well, my daughter's not feeling well, so I'll, whatever. That's not the way you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do it that way. We give. I'm not talking about not being generous. I give all the time, right? I spend hours, and I would say easily 75% of my time I give my work away for free, you know? But this is my spiritual path, and I know that Spirit helps me. But I also have to, when I do have people that continue to write to me and ask me for readings, and they can keep going. I mean, I've got to put a limit, you know? I've got to respect my own energy, and I've got to respect the fact that, you know what, this is what I do for a living. I think I give enough. I know I give enough, you know, and I deserve to have something back too. So this is a message for you that if you're confused about something, you don't have to make a choice. You can step back. Don't think about it for a while. Allow the answers to come. Spirit will bring them to you, and just make sure that you are giving as much to yourself as you are to anyone else, and that the choices that you make are what make you happy. That you're not making choices because it makes your mom happy or it makes your husband happy. Okay, that's your message. Okay, so now it's Juan, I know. Let me put you down while I shuffle. I'm actually going to go get a different deck for Juan, and I don't know why, so you're going with me. And it's weird when I do it this way. There's my daughter's orchid, isn't it pretty? When I do it like this, and I'm having you guys look with me, oh, it's all lit up in the back. That's so cool. I do it because I'm energetically connecting to Juan right now, and Spirit's going to show me what he energetically needs, and I'm looking at Ted Andrews. Okay, so I also know that whatever message that Juan gets from this deck is a message that he needs, but Spirit also knows that the most people need, because they could give me a message that he needs from any of these decks, right? But there's something in this deck that a lot of people, or maybe somebody, and it doesn't even have to be Juan. There could be somebody else that really specifically needs to get a message in this deck. Oh, thanks. He says, my sage wands are amazingly highly recommended, are amazing, highly recommend them. I forgot about them. I haven't made them for a while. If anybody needs a sage wand, they're wrapped and enhanced with Reiki charged healing crystals as well. And I hand pick them. And they are great, and they are great, actually. They do help a lot for healing energy and clearing toxic energy. And with the work that I do, you know, I bring so many, you know what, I'm glad you said that, Juan. Thank you. I'm glad you said that, because after this, and I'm not saying that you guys are toxic, I'm just saying that there's a lot of energy that I'm taking in, right? Because I'm an empath. So it's really important for me, and I would have forgotten. So that was a reminder for me. And I'm supposed to do it all the time, and I forget all the time that I need to sage after doing this to clear my energy of everybody else's energies, because I pick up everybody's energy, and it's not healthy for me. Tracy, your message was already done, and you're gonna love it. It's totally what you needed to hear. Okay, hold on. Let me shuffle these cards. Now this is a reverse deck, so it's the Feathered Omens by Ted Andrews, and I love this. This is one of my oldest decks, and I've beaten it to death because it's the animals, right? They're my best friends. correct. Somebody said something that wrote to me, and they said they love how I think it was on my YouTube channel. I love how you talk about the animal messengers, and I'm like, they're my best friends. They are. I can rely on them. They never let me down. They're always here, no matter what. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Juan de Soto. What is the message that he needs to hear? What's the most important message for Juan? Wow. Now, isn't that funny? I didn't think that I would get this message, and I don't know why. I just felt it would be something heavier, so I'm glad. Hold on a second. I'm going to light my sage. I'll let you see it. Can you see it? It's the duck. Hold on. I'm going to bring him up a little closer. The duck totem. Okay? And what I'm looking at is a pair. Oh, this is so cool, Juan. I just got a message. Okay. The first thing I heard was the duck and his guardian. That's what I heard. Guardian protection. Okay. Because you see the mallard right here and the mallard behind. Now it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Two male ducks. Seek emotional comfort and protection. So clearly the duck is a water animal, right? But they're also of the air. They're comfortable in the water. They're comfortable in the air. They kind of waddle on land. They're not as comfortable on land. They're more comfortable in their emotional waters and in their spiritual waters. So because the water is about your emotions, so that would be the feminine aspect of ourselves, and astral traveling, anything to do with that. It's asking you to, I mean, Juan's a very spiritual person, but it's about nurturing your emotional side. And this is a really awesome message because this is a return. If there was a time where it felt like you weren't getting that emotional comfort and protection, when it's upright like this is a return of emotional comfort and protection. That's what I like about it. And what they're showing you is, though you are comfortable in your spiritual work and your spiritual self, and comfortable even in your own emotional waters, maybe because of your lifestyle, because of your life choices, who you are as a spiritual person, as a gay man, maybe it's awkward, and I know it is. I know that people can be awful, right? Walking around amongst other people and how other people treat you, or how other people, or how you even just feel. You know, it's like with me, and I'm gonna make this be completely different. My issue would be not my sexual orientation, but my issue is animals. I'm just going to use animals. And what people do and how they treat them and what happens to them. I lose my mind. I get violently angry. My spirituality goes right out the window when it comes to how people treat their animals and how animals are. I don't eat animals. And I will tell you that if you do something to an animal in front of me, my ego comes out. My spirituality disappears. I lose it. I will lose it. I would literally, if somebody came after my animal and did something to my animal, I can't promise you that, I would probably end up in jail. So, being that this is talking about emotional comfort being returned, I'm using animals as sexual orientation, or how people treat you in that way, or as a spiritual person. We're treated the same way, right? That's why it's so important for me to be my real true self and say shocking things, talk about masturbation, talk about homosexuality, talk about divorce, talk about swear, whatever. It's so important for me to do that because it needs to be a safe place for people who deal with this bullshit all the time, and it's not cool. So, as spiritual people, we're tormented. You know, she's crazy, man. They need to be in an insane asylum. Blah blah blah. I mean, we've heard it all. We've heard it all, right? So it doesn't have to be just about sexual orientation, but that's one of the things that you have to deal with. It could be the same thing if you were a black person. It's all great and well to say that, oh, it's not like it was, but they're still discriminated against, and it's awful, and it's disgusting, and the words that are used, it's not okay. All different, lots of different cultures. So the good, cool thing about this is whatever has been uncomfortable, they're saying that over the next, they're giving me like a time frame of, what is the time frame? Okay, so they're saying it's okay, they're not going to give me a time frame. They're just saying it's now. You're going to be finding yourself maneuvering through your emotional waters much easier than you have been, especially in family and personal relationships. I'm going to turn this around. So this duck is in his emotional waters, and this one's out of his emotional waters. I keep thinking about that song, my head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. I'm crazy and you're out of, you're crazy and I'm out of my mind. Okay, so there's, whatever the issues were, whatever the issues have been, whatever has been difficult in family situations or business situations, the environment, like I said, they are giving you a time frame over the next 2 months. Between now and the next 2 months, things are going to be changing, and it's not, and it's not like then. It's already happening within, like starting now. So whatever, because they're talking about, they're giving me weeks, because they're saying whatever has been difficult in the next few weeks. Like, I mean, I like that. I love when we get time frames. I love when we get time frames, because it's very rare that we get time frames because of other people's free will choices, right? But whatever it is that's been difficult in relationships, in work relationships, in emotional relationships, in whatever it is that's been affecting you and making you feel uncomfortable, over the next 2 months, it's going to be increasingly more comfortable. You're going to be swimming through your emotional waters. They're not, that's where they're most comfortable, is swimming. They swim through, they're very graceful. So if things have been awkward, you're going to be able to gracefully move through things. And not just that you're going to be feeling that way, but you're going to be feeling protected. You're going to be in a protected state. I like that. I'm just wondering what else they want me to know. I'm thinking about the colors of the duck feathers, like not just a duck though, because these are mallards. These are male ducks. I have a mallard. He's a guardian. They always show my twin as a mallard. And I have one of the feathers in my, they gifted me them in a star that hangs from my rearview mirror. And the colors are like a rainbow, but the colors that are primary, I mean, I don't know if you know what your soul color is. My soul color, our twin soul color is it's turquoise. So the mallard ducks, if you look at the feather, it's like a rainbow, but it's got turquoise, it's got a rich brown, it's got green, and it goes to like a royal blue. And you think about those particular colors. The brown would be the grounding, right? Earth. The royal blue, that is the truth, speaking your truth. It's also protection from Archangel Michael, and it's just talking about protection. The turquoise, for us, it was our soul color, but turquoise is also a very powerful crystal that's important for you, and it is for me, and I keep saying I want my turquoise back. I have a turquoise ring, and I've lost it in this house, and I want it back. It's important, that particular crystal. And then the green is healing and love. So these four, I think it's four, right? Brown, turquoise, blue, green, right? Those four. Again, the number 4, angels. There are angels all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. No reason for fear. So you're also going to be handling your emotions much better, your own personal emotions. Remember I said I'd lose my shit if somebody touched my cat? I probably will lose my shit a lot less than I have been. I will be able to handle my own emotions. You will be able to handle your own emotions. It's an awesome card. I like it. You can feel the healing. Isn't that awesome? I love it. What else about the mallard? Well, let's find out. Let's see. And it's the mallard. For you, it's the mallard. I I don't think that they're going to specify. I'm pretty certain that they won't specify. I could look, but I don't think they will specify a mallard totem. If they do, I'm going to be really excited. I think it's just, but there's something we can do. Mallard. Why the mallard? There's something about the mallard, specifically. Okay, I know what it is. I know what it is! Ah, the colors. Okay, the female ducks, and not to dump on the females, they're pretty too. I love all my animals, but clearly the mallards are more beautiful because of the colors, right? They're rainbow colors. They're saying, be proud of yourself. Show your colors. And I know that you are, but I like this because this is embracing it. I love that, right? What did I keep saying? They have a rainbow. They have a rainbow of colors. And the rainbow is a promise of good things to come after a storm. But it also talks about, if you look at the color turquoise, it's like a peacock, right? The peacock struts its stuff. So you go be proud of yourself and you strut your stuff. And remember that this is the promise of the good things coming after a difficult time. And there's something else. Hold on, it's flooding around my head and I can't pull it back. Rainbow, rainbow. What about the rainbow? Okay, so I don't know if you do, Juan, or not, and I'm just going to say it, because you know I just do. And I should look, because I'm so busy with my work. Look how much time I spend, right? I don't go to other people's pages. I just don't have time. So I don't know if you let it be known, but I feel as though, as a spiritual person, if you haven't let it be known, that it would be very important for you let it be known in the rainbow community. Your orientation and your sexual orientation. I'm sorry if this is offending you. I don't think it should be, because it is coming from my higher self. But open it up. If you have, I know that you do on your page, but just the way I do the things that I'm doing, you know how I purposely shock things because I want people to understand, if they're from that lifestyle or background or whatever, that they are not being judged and that they're safe to be there. I think maybe it's just that maybe it's just a video that needs to be made, or maybe it's just I don't know, something needs to be made or put out there about, yes, I know that you're very open. There's something that needs to happen about something. It's just, I don't know, maybe Spirit will bring it to you, but they're telling me to point to it, that it's very important that something be discussed about that. And you know, I got to tell you, the reason I think I'm telling you this is because I don't judge people, but I'm not as liberal as I thought I was. I really am not. And I'm not. I mean, I am a heterosexual being. I'm very monogamous. I'm not into an alternative lifestyle, and I don't want to live that lifestyle. It's not who I am. And so, like, something came up the other day, and I'm going to admit something, and I don't know if I guess I'm saying this for a reason, because I've been watching a lot of it in my dreams, and I don't understand it. Why am I watching this? Why am I seeing this? And it's transgender, and it's gay, lesbian lifestyle, and it's the LBGT community, and I think what it is this. There are people that are using the spirituality like this, what we do, and saying that it's okay to live this lifestyle where anything goes, and God embraces anything goes, and they're doing things that are not spiritual. They're not. And it's not okay. There are gay people. There are transgender people. There are people that are born with two chromosomes, I mean, with the two sexes, and they have to choose, right? But there are people that are doing things like Sodom and Gomorrah, and I don't mean it I just mean free, open love. Like all sex goes, anything goes. And I'm getting from Spirit, no, that's not okay. So if you want to talk about that, or if you disagree with that, I'm being told to put that out there. That it isn't that everything goes. It isn't that everything goes. There are some things that there should be. There's some things that need to be respected, and I don't know. I think I'm leaving it at that. And maybe it's just that maybe there can be, like I said, I'm not God, so maybe there can be something that's open for other people that have a different way of looking at it. But on this particular page, and from what I'm getting from Spirit, I don't feel that way. Not from what Spirit's been showing me. So, and I know, like I'm saying, religion that I was taught, it wasn't okay to masturbate. It wasn't okay to be gay. It wasn't okay. And I'm saying, you don't choose to be gay. You're born gay, right? But what I was watching was sadomasochism and bondage and doing things in a disrespectful way, treating a human being like an animal and doing things, and that is not respectful to your, this is my temple, whether I'm gay, straight, or transgender. What I watched was not respectful. And that is not okay. And don't wrap spirituality or a spiritual blanket around that and say it's okay, because it's not. It's the same thing as that Santa Moreta, where they, anything, you know, they've got the drug trade, and they've got the, you know, the teenage runaways with their pimping out, and they've got the drug, they've got all this shit going down, and they call their saints and angels in, and they call Reiki masters in to protect them. No, my energy doesn't go to that, and the light doesn't go to that. So that just needed to be said. Responsibility with your sexuality, absolutely. Yes. Oh, good. So he says, responsibility with your, okay, responsibility with your sexuality, it's part of my new job, so that makes sense. Okay, perfect. I didn't want to step on any toes, but I have to say what comes to my head, you know? And so just because people, and that is another thing, just because I swear, just because I say that I'm not going to judge you if you're gay or if you masturbate, doesn't mean that I'm okay with sadomasochistic bullshit and you want to wrap a spiritual blanket around it, because it's not the light. That's it. That's all I had to say. Okay, so that's it. And at 500 hours, I don't know how long we've been going, but I'm going to wrap it. It's 3:20. I got to go see my daughter, and I got to eat my breakfast. So thank you guys all for being here. Thank you, Nikki, for being my secretary. And peace, love, and light. I got to sage my place. And please do share this video, because there's a lot of messages that are really important for a lot of people to hear. And all the healing benefits from the beginning, the holistic stuff too. So thank you. And I know that there's a delay, so I'll probably say goodbye before everybody says goodbye. But peace out. Love you. I prefer that. I do. I prefer that. You're welcome. I'm a hippie. You're welcome. All right. I wonder what I look like with my glasses off. There. Okay. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. I don't know how to turn it off, however. I don't even know how to end this. And now I gotta put my glasses on so I can see. How do I end it? There we go. All right. Bye.